Titans taking on the number 10 Pirates. It's going to be a great one today. I'm Hank Ambrose. I'll be with you for the entirety of the afternoon. I cannot wait. How long has it been since we've had NJCAA football? 6, 7 months? I cannot believe we are already back in August, ready to go and ready to play Triton football over at Dodger Stadium. It is packed in baby blue today over on the Dodger home side. Also got some Independence fans in the crowd. It's a beautiful day to be a Triton. They're going to be in their all navy blue uniforms with the navy tops, and we're going to see Independence have gold helmets as well as all white uniforms when it comes to the top jersey and the bottom pant. Here come our team captains to start us out here. What I see for our team captains, it will be Dakari Randall, Noah Epley. Joined alongside him, I see Cal Weideman and also Zach Marker. Zach Marker, the new quarterback this year for the Iowa Central Tritons. He's a third-year player that has came in to really set the standard for the rest of the way through. He got that third year of eligibility because of the COVID year, so an extra year, so that's awesome. Now, Zach Marker was backup behind Byron Jarrett for the entirety of his career prior to this season, but that's okay. He still did play a whole lot and was really impressive his freshman and sophomore year when he came in crunch time or time that he could just show off his ability. He's got a lot of speed to him, and he reminds me a lot, not just me, but many other commentators in the NJCAA, a lot of Nate Glantz, who was the NJCAA All-American over at Iowa Western. Same build, same athletic type, and he's going to have a similar room with him. We are bringing back our right-hand man, Desna Washington, who led the NJCAA in receiving touchdowns just this past season with 10. He was tied between 3 other players. That's going to be really exciting. Also, we're bringing back Cal Weideman, who is a really, really nice flex addition. He can do it all. He lines up in the slot, at tight end, wing back, full back. He is just an all-around Swiss Army knife, something we're going to have to look forward to there. As well as that, we're going to have so many more options. Jaden Washington, also a third-year player coming back. He's a running back that had All-American honors his freshman year up until he tore his ACL against Iowa Western late into the season. He came back midway through his sophomore year as he was sharing carries with Dalen Bodie, who is now gone. He since graduated. But Jaden, he is back for his third and final COVID year to get ready to go for the IC3 Tritons as well. The head officials have taken the field, standing on the Dodger logo. It'll be interesting to see who won, who will get the first kickoff, or who will receive. Now, Independence, I will say this, they've been kind of sneaky. They're not giving us any grief about letting us know what the starting lineup will be on their side. So we're just going to have to go through the broadcast and see what they come out with. Now, the Iowa Central Tritons, I can run through their starting offense and defense, as it looks like the Iowa Central Tritons will be returning to start this ball game. Starting quarterback today going to be number 11, Zach Marker. The running back, Jaden Washington, he's number 9. The wide receiver 1 is Desna Washington, wearing the number 1. The wide receiver 2 is Travis Isaac, wearing the number 2. Then we'll see Cal Weideman, number 84. He'll be in the slot. Our tight end will be Colton Hogg, who will be wearing the number 30 today. And then an extra receiver, Jamarion Wheeler, who'll be lined up as a left wide receiver in just certain packages. He'll be wearing the number 7 today. Our starting offensive line from left tackle to right tackle goes like this: Maximus McCree, Reese Steele, Elijah Heatherston, Noah Howard, Ashton Travis. I'd also like to shout out our flex player, John Holcomb, as he is a star player that has been all across the country. Originally played Division I football at Kansas State University. Then he spent some time in Florida at a Division II school. Then he took a year off. Well, now he's back to play football after he started college ball in 2019. This is the one and only year he will be eligible to play for the Iowa Central Tritons. We'll see him in a flex package just like Cal Weideman. Now, we are used to seeing him at quarterback. But here come the baby blue. Shotgun formation. Doubles on the far side, going to be a handoff to Washington to open up the 2022-2023 season, and plugged up the middle, going to be tackled by number 15 over on the Pirate side. Wow, that was a nice blast That was Sanders who made the tackle. Really blasted the A gap and filled it. No gain, 2nd and 10. 14 and a half minutes on the clock, and it's ticking down. Ball on the 22-yard line on the Tritons side. And look at that, Zach Marker got the defensive line jumping. That's going to be a false start. Approachment penalty over on the defensive line side. That's going to be 5 yards, remaining 2nd and 5. They do call it on number 10. That is Clinton Anakuro. First penalty of the season goes as a false start. I'll take it. 14:25 on the clock. We're doing 15 minutes per quarter here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. The Tritons are starting with the ball. Doubles on each side. Shotgun formation for Marker and Co. They'll throw it outside to Cal Weideman. Weideman with a stutter step before he lands out of bounds. It looks like he did get his feet down before going out of bounds. That will be a gain about 4. 3rd and very short. 3rd and 1. Ball on the 27-yard line. It's so difficult for so many teams to begin their season with a first down on their opening drive. Let's see if the Tritons can do it here. It's 3rd down and 1. Sending Hogue in motion. They're going to hand off. Now that's the backup running back, Walton. Walt's going to bounce forward. Looks like he got it. Let's see what the official call is. That will move the chains for IC3. Your first Iowa Central Triton first down on the season. That's Walter Wilbin with a 2-yard carry. 1st down and 10, ball marked on the 31-yard line. We're under 14 minutes to play in quarter number 1. Pistol formation, trips on the near side. Tritons moving from left to right on your video screen. Back to pass is Marker. He's looking to roam right. He tries to fire. Penalty marker down towards the backfield. Maybe it was a late hit or roughing the passer. Let's see here. This could also be intentional grounding. I think that I don't think he intentionally did that, but it really just depends on the ref and what he believes in the situation. It is roughing the passer. That's 15 yards, baby. 1st and 10 from the previous spot. That's going to move the Tritons right up next to the 50-yard hash. They're going to be on the 48-yard line on their side. 1st and 10, 13:42 remaining in quarter number 1. And there's John Holcomb. He's wearing the number 0 in the set. As this is the first season that the Tritons have added the number 0 ever since the NCAA added it the season prior. And that right there is Destin Washington's first target on the season. Incomplete after it went towards Rakendrick Baker, who swatted it down. Oh, correction, that's Deion Smith. They got multiple number 8s on the roster. I'm going to have to, they have 2, I guess I shall say. 1 on offense, 1 on defense. I'm going to have to be looking out for that all the way through. That's another rule that was implemented. 13:38 on the clock. 2nd down and 10. Hand off to Washington. No, another running back up the middle before he makes a man miss and skirts out of bounds. That's a pickup of 8. 3rd down and 2 for IC3. That was a nice explosive run by number 6. Who was that? Jason Murray. And Jason Murray, he is actually the running back out of Dowling, Iowa. Dowling Catholic, a great football program. We've seen so much success from them before. As now we're going to see Jason Murray take another handoff before he gets his shoulder down and moves forward. Now it looks like he didn't get there. Just a little short. 4th down and inches. 13 minutes remain. Tritons showing up in a pistol formation. Doubles on the far side. Lone receiver, that's Desna on the strong side. 4th and inches, looking for an adjustment or audible from Coach Montalto. Might need a timeout here. Zach Marker trying to get his guys down. Here we go, 12:45 on the clock. Got to hike it soon, unless you're trying to make him jump. Not going well. They will take a timeout. Nice job by Independence, being patient and not jumping the line of scrimmage. That would have been an automatic first down over on the gold side. That's the first timeout of the ball game and the first of the season. 1 minute on the clock. What I love about this season is The Iowa Central Tritons, they're heading into the Jayhawk Conference this season. Now, they're not joining the Jayhawk Conference, but they have agreed to terms to play them and play within their schedule throughout the 2022-2023 season. We haven't been playing against them consistently since 2018-2019. 2019 is actually where we last played Independence, and that was in Season 3 of the hit Netflix series Last Chance U, where Independence Community College were the headlining team. Since then, though, they've had a new coaching change, a head coach. They used to have Jason Brown, now it's Jason Martin, and a complete change of personnel when it has came to players. Now, Jason Martin, he was the defensive coordinator, so he still had a lot of screen time during the Netflix series. But now, after he played his 4 years as a head coach, or as a defensive coordinator, he's back as a head coach. Whoa! Wow! Look at that power! Steamboat pushing it down. That's John Holcomb on his first carry in NJCAA play. Holy smokes! Now, Colton Hoggs, his helmet came out during the play, so they're going to have to make him go out to sit for a play. In Independence, they have to watch that, because if you hit him in the head with his helmet out, you could be ejected from the game. Back to pass, marker looking long, firing for Desna. He gets pulled down. Let's see if they call it. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a defensive pass interference. Independence, they've been playing good defense, but it's penalties that have really shot them in the foot early on this ballgame. 12:20 on the clock remaining in quarter number 1. If you just joined the broadcast, welcome. Listen to Hank Ambrose on call for the Iowa Central Tritons. Like to shout out Donnie up there running the camera, as well as Rusty and Nikki back in the truck producing the broadcast for us today. Thank you, guys. Okay, so there was 2 penalties, if you didn't hear that. The first one was a defensive offsides. That one declined, and then there was that defensive pass interference by number 8, who first had that pass contest against Desna Washington. That's going to be the matchup to look out for, I believe, throughout this whole entire day. Deion Smith taking on Desna Washington. Zach Marker takes the quarterback keeper. He'll move forward about 3 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 7. 12 minutes remain now. 12 minutes remain on the clock, and it's still ticking down. I said 7. They're going to give him an extra 2 yards. It's 2nd and 5. Oh, wow, that's cool. Got a brand new video board here out at Dodger Stadium. Some really cool visual graphics. Stacked package. Hogue is back in the game. Weideman motions to the weak side before he comes back to the strong. Holcomb is in. Holcomb is going to take the carry. That's a big back, folks. And, you know, don't be surprised if you see some trick plays with him throwing the ball lined up as a back. Like I said, he was an excellent quarterback in high school. Played quarterback at Kansas State. Now, however, this is his first football game he has played in, regular season-wise, since 2019. So he has had some years off. 11.5 minutes remain. 2nd and 15. Pistol formation. Doubles on the near side. Doubles on the far side even. Back to passes marker. He's going to step up. Here's pressure. It's going to be a sack. First sack of the ball game as Marker eats it behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of about 4, maybe 5. That was Kendrick Warren that made the tackle for the Pirates. One thing Independence has been notorious of is having fantastic pass rushing talent. Most recently, they had a former alumni selected in the first round of the NFL draft, and Jermaine Johnson. He went on after Independence to play at Miami, Florida as a Hurricane, and then was selected in the first round. I believe it was picked 24 overall by the New York Jets. Zach Marker got him jumping. Free play. Look to go to the end zone. Big shot deep. All the way down to Wheeler. Wheeler makes the catch. Mossinum, teabag style. That's the first touchdown of the season for IC3. Wow. Zach Marker all the way down to Jamarian Wheeler. Puts it right on the shmoney. Touchdown. It was offsides on the defense too. Props to the offensive line for being able to stick in there and take the extra heat as they sent 5 but couldn't get any pressure. Out trots Wahey for the extra point for the Tritons. 6-0 before the PAT try. Whoa, that was a big jump offsides. I would think that even maybe a Triton move first with how much of a gap Independence jumped there. Holy smokes.
False start. Offense. Number 69.
It is a false start on the offense. That's false start on the offense. See who that was. That might have been Steele. So that's going to move the Tritons back about 5 yards. Wahey lining up for the PAT. 6-0. So we're waiting for this kick here. Snap is good, and it's blocked. Uh-oh, got to get on it. Got to get on it. Got to get on it. Still running. Still going. Got to find his blocks. Independence still moving downfield, and nice tackle made by the safety, who's also the holder for the Iowa Central Tritons. Jacob Camacho was the one that made the tackle on the return man. And once again, it was number 8, their starting cornerback, that has paired up against Desna Washington.
There's a holding. Number 99. That time declined by rule. The PAT's no good.
So there was a hold on the return after it was blocked. That penalty is declined by rule. So, 6-0. Put it in the record books. The Tritons have the first lead of the ball game. 6-0, 10:28 on the clock. And the Tritons will now line up to kick it. Wow, it is packed out here today. Got a nice breeze going as well. A little windy actually in the pregame. I think it's died down a little bit more. The wind is blowing into the north. The wind is blowing into the north, so we have to keep track of that. If you're either kicking into the north or out of it, that's going to be tough. It's 6-0, 10 minutes, 28 seconds remain in the first quarter. And Jaquel Fells is back deep for Independence. Here comes the booming kick all the way back there for Fells. Fells is just going to let it fly over his head and bounce into the end zone. Wow. Big kick from Wahey. Independence going to have a 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Let's see what they bring out for their offensive starters. Like I said, you know, they're being sneaky. They don't want to give away who they're starting. This is the first season under Coach Jason Martin, so looking like they maybe want to just keep it cool. Looks like going to be number 9 will get the start today for Independence. That's Parker McQuarrie. McQuarrie is from Weary, New Hampshire. Wow. Saw NH. Don't see a lot of that coming down to Iowa. Really tall kid. Parker Query. I have it on my sheet listed as 6'7". Wow. So if they get in the goal line, it could be as simple as him just leaping over the pylon off the stretch. We're going to have to really try to use something against him when it comes to his size advantage. There is an injured offensive lineman down. Their starting left guard. That is number 60, Ian Lambert. prior play gained 1 yard, so it's 2nd and 9 now. Ball on the 26 as the Indy Pirates are moving from right to left on your video screen. 10:01 remains in quarter number 1. McQuarrie looks to hand off to, I believe, number 3. Is that 3 here?
Isaiah Jacobs on the carry.
No, that's Isaiah Jacobs. That is number 3. 2 or 3. I was confused, but no, they found it.
Celestine with the tackle for the Tritons.
Silverstein was the one that ended up with the tackle for the Tritons. Dakari Randall was right behind there to make it 2. Once we get to our next timeout, I'll make sure to go over the Triton starters on the defensive side of ball. Here's a first 3rd down that the Triton defense will face. 3rd and 6, ball on the 29, 9:15 on the clock. Trips out to the far side, back to pass. McQuarrie is looking long, but ends up going short. Look at that. He tried to move with the ball before he made the catch. The slot receiver, Antonio Barber, ends up dropping it. Here comes 4th down, where they will show the punting unit. While they line up to punt it, I think I'm going to break down the starting defense for the Iowa Central Tritons that just let up a 3 and out for their opening drive as a unit. Starting at free safety, Jacob Camacho, he wears number 2. Strong safeties, Jalen Celestine, who wears number 5. The left cornerback, Tony Brodnox, he's going to be number 8. The right cornerback, J.T. Brown, number 3. Left outside linebacker, Demetrius Walker is number 35. He's the only non-returning linebacker in the bunch. Our other linebackers, matter of fact, are also All-Americans. Dakari Randall, number 15, the middle linebacker. The right outside linebacker is Noah Epley. He's number 17, playing buck, kind of a mix of an edge rusher as well as a starting linebacker is Rex Van Wy, who wears number 31. Defensive end, Blake Whaley, number 42. Cody Schmidt is number 97 as a defensive tackle. And the other All-American on the defensive line is Deontay Bryant, who wears number 96. But that's our defensive starting lineups, so we're just going to leave it on that side because now the Tritons are taking over on their own 39-yard line. Back to offense. Let's see what they'll do getting to work here at Dodger Stadium. 8:45 remains in quarter number 1. Marker stands alone. Back to pass. He's looking medium. He's going to have to step up. Doesn't like anything open. He's going to take off. He's got wheels. He gets a first down and more and dances out of bounds for an extra gain of another 10. That's a 20-yard gain as they pass the 50-yard line. Wow. Does his best. Speedy Gonzalez zip, zapping, zooping through, getting the first down and then an extra 10. 8:25 remains in quarter number 1. It's 6-0. Marker is moving the chains. He'll throw. Uh-oh, that one's just going to be off to the left side of the hash. Now we have some sub players in. That's actually Isaiah Hazlitt. It was trying to go for. Isaiah Hazlitt was on the team last year, also was starting. Heading into this ball game, he does not have the start. He has a number change this year. I think that's why I didn't recognize him. As I believe Hazlitt wore the number 5 last year. Let's see what he has this year. Is the number 4 now. 8:19 remains in quarter number 1. It's 2nd and 10. Pistol formation. Doubles on each side. Here's Marker. He's going to have to just dump it over towards Murray, who breaks one tackle, moves forward. There you have it after he rolls and throws over another defender. Big Murray moves it forward. Oh, I think they're going to say, did he step out of bounds before the first down marker? Let's see where they put it. Oh, shoot. They're saying he did. I guess he must have stepped out of bounds when he broke that tackle. Okay, here's a 3rd and 4. Hurry up offense. Trips on the near side. Tritons moving past the 50-yard line into Independence territory. 7.5 minutes remain. 6-0. Trips on the near side. Marker looking to toss over towards Weideman. Weideman gets a catch, and he's off to the races. Running to the 20, to the 15 before he's tackled on the 13-yard line. Cal Weideman. Big W moves the chains forward. That's first down number 5 on the day for IC3. And I am loving what I'm seeing for number 11 going up against number 10 and the whole entire nation of the NJCAA. Little flip pass down short to number 13. There's a new receiver, Brian Davis. He's from Valley, West Des Moines, Iowa. Under 7 minutes to play. It's second down and 6. John Holcomb comes in for Walton, excuse me. Walter Wilbin. I was right the first time. Walter, he's a kid that really impressed with in practice, watching him play, especially with the crowded running back room we already have with all the personnel. Oh, pressure right away. They send 6. An offensive lineman misses his man, and Marker's going to take a big shot back there. That was a big shot. Marker, though, bounces back up right away. He's a tough kid. 6 minutes remain. In quarter number 1, this is going to be a 3rd and 14. Desna is spread out wide. Isaiah Hazlitt is in the slot. I also see John Holcomb, who's going to spread out wide, as well as Cal Weideman. Not for sure. He's in motion right now. Let's see what he ends up sitting on. He'll be the wide receiver 2 over on the near side. Empty backfield. The Lone Ranger is Marker. He's looking to go to the end zone. He rolls to his right. Pressure. Here it comes for Isaiah Hazlitt. He's got the toe, drag, swag, and brings it in for the 2nd passing touchdown on the day. The sophomore making it look easy. Isaiah Hazlitt bringing it in for 6. It's 12-0 early in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Independence is shell-shocked over on their sideline. They're quiet. They need something to bump them up. 12-0, 5:32 remaining in quarter number 1. Marker now is in the pistol with Walt. It's going to be a handoff to Holcomb. It's an option play. Nice one-handed grab by Walton to bring it in for the 2-point try. Oh my goodness. I told you got to expect that for John Holcomb. John, oh man. I hope we got that on camera. John Holcomb, while celebrating, just totally ran over our quarterback depth chart. I love it. I love it. It's 14-0 early. 5.5 minutes remain in quarter number 1. John Holcomb is juiced. I told you you're going to have to look out for those design quarterback plays for John Holcomb. He came in as a wingback, got the handoff off a jet sweep, but then did the read option toss over to Walton. Walton gets in for 2. It's 14-0. That was a 33-yard passing touchdown, by the way. Jaquil Fells will be back deep for the Pirates. 5 minutes, 32 seconds remain in quarter number 1. It's 14-0. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Hank Ambrose on call for the Iowa Central Tritons. Big boot back towards the end zone. Way gets it way out of here. That's going to be a touchback starting on the 25-yard line on their own side. Well, last time we saw Indy take the field on offense, they had a 3-and-out. 2 incomplete passes we saw in that drive. The only time they did gain a yard was off of a 4-yard rush with Isaiah Jacobs out of Owasso, Oklahoma. Shotgun formation. Doubles on the far side, doubles on the near side. standing in. Let's see what they call here. It's Parker McQuarrie in the gun. He's going to hand off, jet sweep. Wingback in motion. Here he goes. Antoine Roberts makes a move and makes his way up the Triton sideline before he's knocked out of bounds. That might be a first down to begin the drive. I'd say 8 at the very least. Let's see where they place the ball. Yep, so they give them 8. It's going to be a 2nd down and 2. 5:25 on the clock. Boy, shout out to the guts of Antoine Roberts running straight into the Triton sideline, especially with the big hog mollies over there. I wouldn't want to get knocked around if I was running to the Triton sideline. No way. Stacked formation in the gun. Going to be a handoff. He's going to be, oh, trick play. Going to hand outside. Wow, wow. That got me for a loop. Also looks like it got Deontay Bryant for a loop. I think that was JT out there that made the tackle. Let's see the call here. There was a penalty.
Number 88, 10-yard penalty, previous spot.
So there is a holding call on the offense on number 88. That's called on Harrison Hansley, the tight end. So it's going to be a 2nd and 12 now rather than a 2nd and 2. We're under 5 minutes to play in quarter number 1, 14-0. Wow. That was a double jet sweep option, which would have been a pickup of at least a first down if it wasn't for that hold call. Next one coming in, they're going to have a halfback ISO out of a pistol. Isaiah Jacobs, and you can definitely say he's going to be the lead horse back early on anyway. He gets the handoff and gets a gain of 4. It's going to be a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8. Ball marked on the 27-yard line on the Independent side. Tritons showing a 3-4 look. Correction. They're in the dime. Tritons in the dime for the first time this ball game. 3rd and 8. Back to pass. McQuarrie's looking right. He's going to step up. He's got pressure. He's going to dump it short to number 1, who's going to race up towards the sideline. That's Antonio Barber, who dropped the ball the last time we saw it. Oh, another flag on the play. Jeez. How many yards has Independence given up now? Countless. And the Tritons, they've yet to have a single penalty so far. It seems like Independence has had a penalty every other play.
There is a penalty marker on the play.
4 minutes, 5 seconds remain. Let's see what they call for this penalty marker. Holding on the defense.
Previous spot. First down.
They did not say who it was holding on personnel-wise, but it is on the defense, so that's going to be an automatic first down, and they're going to move them up another 10 yards.
Foul was on number 22.
There you go, 22. They're saying 22 on the Triton side. That's Kevontae Fowler, who's going to be very, very awesome once they come out in that nickel package. And, you know, sometimes you just get confused out there, not ready to go. That was the first time we had seen nickel all year long for the Iowa Central Tritons out on defense. Fowler checked in, and he was just out of spot and ended up holding a guy. And I'd rather have a hold on defense rather than give up a touchdown, especially a long one when they're over 50 yards away, near 60 yards away from our own end zone. 3 minutes, 54 seconds remain. McQuarrie throws the ball away. Shotgun formation, trips on the near side. The away side is moving from right to left on your video screen. Gonna try a swing pass, might be a gain of 1. Oh, and they're gonna say that, oh, nice tackle. That was a great tackle that time. Who brought him in? That was JT Brown. JT Brown kept the ball carrier inside. That means that the clock is still gonna be ticking and running down. That's what we want right now. 3.5 minutes remain, 3rd down and 8. Independence is getting frustrated. Trips on the far side now. Shotgun. with Jacobs. He's going to run a swing. Here comes McQuarrie, who goes over the middle. Oh, man. It was a really nice pass, but just miscommunication that time to Barber. Barber looked like he was out of position, and even if he was lined up in position, Jacob Camacho as well as Jalen Celestine would have been there to lower the shoulder and bring him a big pop. 4th down and 8, 3 minutes and 9 seconds remain. 14-0. Here comes the second punt of the ball game. Pre-assumed anyway. Yep. Going to be punted up into the air. That's going to travel about 40 yards before it lands in the turf. Bounces another 5, maybe 6. Let's see where that's down at. That might be before the 25. Yeah, that's even before the 20. So the Tritons will take over on their own 19-yard line. They'll move into the north from left to right on your video screen. 2 minutes and 59 seconds to play in quarter number 1. The Tritons have the lead, 14-0, thanks to a Javante Wheeler 24-yard fade route, which he caught in the end zone, and then Isaiah Hazlitt, who had a 33-yard out route, which sent him right into the end zone as well. Zach Marker has been money today so far. I've been really impressed with our backs, too. The offensive line unit has rarely given up anything. Marker has seen some pressure, but has been sacked just once in quarter number 1. Oh, play action, roll out. He's looking to go short. Oh, trying to bring him down. Tried to just throw it away. That's going to be intentional grounding, I think. I don't know if anyone was there. That's a bit too close to call. Man, you could go either way here. Either intentional grounding or roughing the passer. He did get body slammed down. But, you know, I don't know. He had the ball tucked. That's the thing I'm looking at. Because if you have the ball tucked, it doesn't matter if you're the quarterback, then you can still make it. Let's see the call here. It is on the defense. Oh, horse collar tackle. Okay. That does not get called often. Horse collar tackle. Gotcha. I was going to say, to me, it looked like he had the ball tucked, and once you pass a certain marker, the line of scrimmage, then you're free to run as the quarterback. So to me, it looked like it would have been a fair tackle, but I guess I missed the horse collar play, which would have been out of my line of sight. So that's going to be a gain of 15 yards and an automatic first down. Tritons take over on their own 34-yard line. 2:45 on the clock and ticking. Marker back to pass, rolls to his right. He's looking deep. He will hold on to the ball before he breaks a man's ankles and bounces out of bounds for another Triton first down. Shout out to our PA man. Brownie up there in the PA booth does such a great job for all of our home Triton athletics. He also does the PA work for the Fort Dodge Dodgers and St. Edmund Gales when they have home matches or games or meets or whatever it may be. Another penalty flag thrown. My goodness. Look at that. It's packed over here. Full of Triton blue. That's going to be a hold on the offense. They're going to call for 77. It might have been Big Max. No, that's actually Steele. So they'll bring him back 10 yards. 1st and 10. 2:15 remaining, and the clock is still ticking. Triton's doing a good job with their time management this drive, as they have burned over 2 minutes already, and they've just ran 3 plays. Oh, nice screen pass. That's going to be nearly broken free. Wow. That was Jordan Sims who ran forward. And he was about 1 block away from taking it to the house. That's going to be a pickup of 13 yards. 2nd down and 7. Pistol formation. Look at the wide receivers now. They're stacked up. Trips. And they are reeled in close, too. It's on the near side. Going to have to look for them. Back to pass. Marker looking long. He's going to have pressure. He steps up, pump fake, and does a little shuffle before he dances and is drugged down out of bounds. Zach Marker. Woo! That was Amin Amoni that made the tackle, throwing him out of bounds. And just like that, that's another Triton first down. 1st and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line over on the Indy side. 1:15 remains in quarter number 1. The Tritons looking like they're trying to score before the end of the quarter. Bunch set here. They're in the Cadillac as they go back. Oh, handoff to 34. That's a new ball carrier. I don't recognize him. Let's see who that is. That's Kane Smith. Actually, you know what? Kane Smith does sound a bit familiar.
Number 76 helmet came off. He was hit for 1 play.
Oh, helmet came off. I missed who it was. I was looking down on my notes. Shoot. Well, let's resume the action here. 50 seconds remaining, 14-0. The clock is ticking after the loss of 4. 2nd and 14, ball is on the 47. Trips on the near side. They're going to send Travis Isaac in motion to make it trips on the far side. Stepping up in the pocket, he's going to be brought down. That's another sack, the 2nd of the ball game for Independence. 25 seconds remain in the first quarter. If you're Coach Montalto, you can just let this go into quarter number 2. Let's see what they do here. Ten seconds remaining in the quarter. Aren't lining up. Looks like they're just going to sit on it and let the clock run out. So that's what they do. After the first quarter, it's 14-0. 14-0. The Tritons are working on their 3rd drive of the ball game. They have scored a touchdown on their first 2 so far. As they're going to go and get some water. Now, on the Pirates side, haven't been so productive on offense, but we expect that early on in this season. There's not very many teams that are ready to go right away. You have to keep your foot on the pedal if you're the, I about said Fort Dodge, if you're the Iowa Central Tritons, because Independence, they're a team that can easily come back. They're the 10th ranked team in the nation, for crying out loud. Do not let up the gas. Tritons ranked at number 11 heading into this one. I did brought up in the pregame report, if you missed that the last time these two paired off against each other was back in 2019, where the Tritons were home, but they actually played in Manson, Iowa. From what I understand, Dodger Stadium was already booked for that. The final score for that one was 19-21. The Tritons earlier that ball game missed a PAT try. Then they tried to go for that 2-point conversion at the end of the ball game, but just couldn't tie it to send it into overtime. That's when the Pirates got the victory. And that was during season 3 of Last Chance U, the Netflix special that they starred in for the 2018 through 2020 seasons. 14-0, 15 minutes on the clock. Trips on the near side. Marker is standing in. He's back to pass. He's looking long. Oh, nice hit by Reese Steele, who keeps the play alive. Oh, and a little lob pass. Oh, man, that was beautiful. And there's going to be a flag in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be a personal foul, I think, on a defensive lineman. Reese Steele made probably the major play to save that play in the backfield. He's the unsung hero that time. Yes, it was a great pass. Yes, a great catch, especially after we saw him staying in bounds. But at the same time, Reese Steele with a huge block. We about saw Zach Marker get blindside hit. Yep. Unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to be another 15 yards. for the Iowa Central Tritons. Off the spot of the ball when it landed dead. Number 5 is Denver Warren out of Oak Lawn, Illinois. 14 minutes and 50 seconds remain. It's 1st and 10. 14-0 is your score. Tritons on the Indy 17-yard line. In the red zone for the first time today, technically, because their other scores were over 25 yards. Back to pass, marker. He's looking to roam out to his right. He will be tackled near the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they mark the ball.
Brought down by Tim Brown.
Looks like Tim Brown is down on the field. He's who made the tackle. A little shaken up after that one. He's grabbing at his left. Looks like his knee, I think, maybe Achilles. They will call for an official's timeout, so they'll leave it right there. Once again, the Tritons so far have been 100% while driving the football. Prior to this drive right here, that started at 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. There's 14:23 now remaining in the second quarter. They've been 100% so far. They're looking to keep it the same with 3 touchdowns. It's 14-0 so far. The first 2 touchdowns we saw, Jamarian Wheeler made a 25-yard fade route touchdown. Isaiah Hazlitt had a 33-yard corner route where he just barely kept his toes in bounds to make the catch in the end zone. Tim Brown and Will Whitson gets up, both injuries on the play, and it appears he's okay. As he gets up to his own power, we always like to see that. He's going to sit out, get some water, get a little rest. The official marker is staying on the 17-yard line, so that keeps it a 2nd and 10. 14-23. Oh, it looks like there's some confusion on the field for the Tritons. Might want to burn a timeout. There's 4 wide receivers stacked out to the near side and 1 let alone on the far side. John Holcomb. Oh, quarterback keeper. Uh-oh, tripped up. And a helmet came off.
Marker on the quarterback draw.
That's the 3rd time a helmet has came off today. Gonna need to check out our equipment because we don't want any injuries, especially with the helmets flying off. That could be no good. Penalty marker is on the play. That might have been just thrown for the helmet. I'm still waiting for the announcement.
Legal formation, offense, for the 4
Yeah.
players in the backfield. That's only for 5 yards, previous spot, 2nd down. Number 76, helmet for Iowa Central came off. He will sit for 120.
Okay, so they call an illegal formation against the Iowa Central Tritons. That'll make it a 2nd down and 15 now, ball on the 22. They're saying that there were more than 4 players in the backfield. Now that means that the wide receivers were not lined up on the line. Because they could have been in that stack formation, but they were just too much off the ball. 13:50 remains, shotgun. Doubles on each side. Marker going to the end zone. Off of a streak. One-hand snag. Who else could that be than Desno Washington? Your returning NJCAA receiving touchdown leader. Pulling in the one-handed fade route for 22 yards. Desna. Big Des making it look easy out on the field, and just like that, Zach Marker has 3 passing touchdowns early in the first half out at Dodger Stadium.
Liam Wahey going to catch the extra point.
Liam Wahey gonna come. Oh no, we got a new kicker. Hang on. New place kicker here. Let's see who it is. It's 39. It's gonna be good.
I'm sorry, that was Congolo.
That's Congolo Winham-Kamba. Congolo Winham-Kamba with the extra point. Wow.
Iowa Central 21.
Shout out Congolo for making that kick right down the middle. It's 21-0. 13 minutes and 41 seconds remain in the second quarter, and Independence is stunned. While we wait for the kick, I got some notable stats that I can read off from last year. Total of 8 Iowa Central football players were named to the NJCAA All-American team, including first-team selections with Byron Jarrett and Maximus McCree. Joining Jarrett and McCree were second-team picks Reggie Young, Tristan Wan, Major Williams, Dalen Bodie, Desna Washington, and C.J. Christian, also as honorable mention selections. Out of all 8 of those players, 2 players joined. 2 players rejoined for their sophomore season. Byron Jarrett, I know, went down to Western Florida University. Wasman checked out from places like Arkansas. Reggie Young has kept it close in Colorado. Here comes the run now, running up over towards the left side of the field. Nice kick return by Antoine Roberts as he's brought down near the 40-yard line. Alrighty. Well, we've seen a total of 2 punts so far. Seen 2 punts so far on the Independent side. Let's see if they can change the momentum of things heading into this next possession, their first drive of the second quarter. 13:33 on the clock. Ball marked on the 43-yard line on the Pirate side. They're moving from left to right on your video screen. Pistol formation. Also, there's a new quarterback in the set. They're going to have a halfback stretch for number 7 who bounces outside. That's Jaquel Fells, who is the kick returner, who now gets the handoff. The new quarterback in the mix is C.J. Dixon, 6'5", redshirt freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. Now, he got to be a redshirt freshman because of the COVID year. If you're confused to why he would be allowed to play as a redshirt freshman. 13 minutes remain, 21-0. Pistol formation. C.J. Dixon hands off. That's going to go back to the return man, Jaquel Fells.
Jaquel Fells on the carry.
So he has another carry of about 2 yards. It's going to be a 3rd down and 5, ball on the 48-yard line on the Pirate side. Like I said, Independence has a brand new head coach this year in Jason Martin. Now, he was the defensive coordinator for a total of 4 years. This is his 5th year as a coach in his career. Being defensive-minded like he is. Oh, and a penalty marker flies. They do pick it up. No, they keep it down. They just move it. Okay. Originally, the ref picked it up, but then he just put it right back down. See what they call here. They're talking to Camacho. Probably going to be a defensive pass interference or a holding penalty. They are subbing Camacho out, I think. Let's see here. And the wind's picking up, blowing into the north. Wow.
Pass interference. Number 22.
It is pass interference. Now, they talked to Camacho for it, but they did say 22, who is not Camacho, so that's a little confusing. I believe it was Camacho, however, who is a starting free safety. That's an automatic first down and a gain of 15 yards. 12 minutes, 7 seconds on the clock. It's a 1st and 10. 21-0, the Tritons have the lead. C.J. Dixon is subbed in with Qualls in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Doubles on each side. He's back to pass. C.J. Dixon looking for his first passing attempt in his career of an NJCAA quarterback. His first pass attempt almost was a touchdown. Whoa! That was a rocket all the way down to number 14, Jalen Holmes out of Huntsville, Alabama. That was a 36-yard post route that almost got C.J. Dixon his first career passing touchdown off of his first career passing attempt in college. How special would have that been? C.J. Dixon with a 1st and goal on the 1-yard line. They're going to hand off to Qualls, who runs straight up the gut, bounces around Deontay Bryant, and that's going to be the first touchdown of the ball game for Independence. Wow, so that's interesting. I know earlier I was bringing up, usually first game of the season takes a team some time to go ahead and rev up the engine to go down and make a drive. Well, they subbed in a completely new offensive player unit when it came to specialty players, and they made it happen. They made a drive all the way plus 60 yards. The extra point is good. It's 21-7, 11:45 remains in the second quarter. Tritons now. Didn't expect that coming. They're going to return their first kick off since the beginning of the ball game. It's 21-7, 11:45 remains on the clock. The wind has picked up. So I'm going to go ahead and check out the weather in Fort Dodge, Iowa for the rest of the day. Currently I got 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Trying to look for a wind. 10, well, I don't think that's right. That's visibility. Once I find this, how fast the wind's going, I'll let you know. 21-7, 11:45 on the clock. We are expecting rain in Fort Dodge, Iowa, starting at 3 p.m. (21-7). Isaiah Hazlitt is the return man back deep. Is joining him back there is number 3, George Sims. Big kick. That's going to go over the end zone and a touchback for the Iowa Central Tritons. They'll take over on their own 25-yard line. They'll have to march 75 yards to get themselves the 4th touchdown on the day from their corral. 21-7, 11:43 on the clock in quarter number 2. So they tried out for their 4th drive of the ball game. Well, it looks like we have a new back there for the Tritons, lined up at tailback. It will be a handoff. That is Murray, matter of fact. Jason Murray trying to keep it alive. He does as he bounces outside, but he'll end up losing 2 yards. It'll be a 2nd and 12. Well, tried to bounce it outside. I got to give him props. But he'll end up losing yards, risking it, rather than just going down off the first contact. 21-7, 11:25 on the clock. It's 2nd and 12. Desna Washington is spread out wide with Isaiah Hazlitt on the near side. Pistol formation. It's going to be, it looked like there was some miscommunication on the play there. It looked like Murray didn't know that it was going to be a play action read or something. Regardless, Zach Marker ended up just tucking it away and tried to get back to the line of scrimmage. There is a flag on the play. It's over towards where Hazlitt and Desna Washington are standing.
Offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. 3rd down.
So another illegal formation saying more than 4 players in the backfield for the Iowa Central Tritons. They got to be set on the line. Shotgun formation, doubles on each side now. It's 3rd and 13, 11 minutes to go in the first half. Marker, back to pass. He's going to fire quick and early towards Isaiah Hazlitt, who runs out of bounds but cannot make the catch. That's going to be a 4th and long and possibly the first punt of the day for the Iowa Central Tritons. .45 on the clock. It's 21-7, 4th and 13. Tritons are lining up to punt it. Qualls is back deep as the return man. Logan Williams is the punter in the set here for the Iowa Central Tritons. Logan Williams is also a backup quarterback. Whoa! Blocked punt. Wow. Blocked punt. And that's going to be caught. You can't really say returned, but caught on the 22-yard line on the Triton side. Looks like Independence has the momentum back on their side. 10:35 remains in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10. Starting up in the Triton red zone is the Independence Community College Pirates. Just like that, within a snap of a finger, they brought in a new quarterback, a new running back, and now it's a whole new ball game. CJ Dixon is in the shotgun. Doubles on each side. Spread out far in the near as they go back to pass towards the end zone. Off the first play, that's a touchdown. Touchdown to Antonio Barber. 22-yard receiving touchdown. CJ Dixon is on fire. CJ Dixon has 2 passing plays so far in his career. Both of them have been completions for a total of 56 yards, and one of them was a touchdown. The first one was almost a touchdown too. Just like that, we go from 21-0 to 21-14. The Iowa Central Tritons need to find a way to get back on the right track. It's 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. What will they do next? Triton band getting loud to support the Navy Blue. Someone's got to step up.
Davis back deep for the Tritons.
10:30 on the clock, 21-14. If you just joined the broadcast, tune into Hank Ambrose on call for the Iowa Central Tritons. Shout out to Donnie up there, man in the camera up there, as well as Rusty and Nikki over in the trailer producing the broadcast for us today. Thank you guys for helping us out. 21-14, 10.5 minutes remain in quarter number 2. Tritons lining up for the kick return. I see Isaiah Hazlitt is back deep to return it. It's going to be over the head of Hazlitt, and he's going to let it soar into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 on the Triton 25-yard line. .14, 10.5 minutes exactly remain on the clock.
Reminder fans, at that time we'll have presentations by the Triton Marching Band.
Look at this, a new quarterback in the formation. I believe this is Bartlett. Let me double check. Yep, it's Amarian Bartlett. who has also been here for 2 years as the third-string quarterback. He's got some playing time, but not as much as Zach Marker for his past 2 years. Also, they have put in Jaden Washington, who was that freshman All-American we had before tearing his ACL. He even had Division I offers he could have gone to, but decided to stick around. A lot of respect for Jaden Washington. Bartlett back there with Walt. He's back to pass. He'll fire an out route as it's going to be out. It was going towards Travis Isaac, but couldn't make it in. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. 21-14, under 10 minutes to play. Independence has really stepped up their pressure when it has came to rushing the quarterback. Doubles, sucked in tight on the far side. Bartlett is in the pistol. Back to pass, looking to step up. He'll go over the middle. That's going to be a completion. A first down of nearly 16 yards. Travis Isaac moves the chains. Uh-oh, and just like that, Amarian Bartlett, his helmet comes off. So we're going to need another quarterback to come in. He'll sit for one play, so here comes another new quarterback. I must have missed it. I wonder if Marker might be injured or out with a little bit of a stinger. I don't see him on the sideline, but I'll let you know as soon as possible. Here's another new quarterback. This is Justin Silverstein checking in. Silverstein going to hand off out of the pistol to Walt. Walt going to be stopped maybe at the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard. It looks like they will give him a yard. Yep, it'll be 2nd and 9. Just like that, Bartlett checks back into the ballgame. So in total, we've seen 5 different quarterbacks in the ballgame. 6, actually, if you count John Holcomb, for a total of both teams. Wow. Now Marker, he has got most, if not all, of the snaps. It's only been on specific occasions where those guys have been subbed in, whether it was a jet sweep or something, or rather an injury. I hear a timeout on the side of the field. On the away side of the field, they will call a timeout. 3rd and 11, under 9 minutes to play, and Independence just took a timeout. Tensions are rising. Over in Fort Dodge, Iowa, at Dodger Stadium on the Iowa Central Triton home turf. We have a whole load of Triton fans in a deep blue sea back there over on the home side, repping the Iowa Central Tritons. The band's out here today. They sound fantastic. The cheerleaders as well as the dancers also got to come out today. .8:55 on the clock. So we have 30 seconds remaining in this timeout. Going to see if I can see Marker out there at all on the sideline. Now, you know, with it being the first game of the season, that is expected to see some switch-ups here and there, especially when you have a brand new personnel coming in for your backfield, as this nearly is. Now, Zach Marker, despite returning, hasn't been a starter as at all as a tenure here for the Iowa Central Tritons. I'm still trying to search for his number. Looks like John Holcomb is coming in as a back. Amarian Bartlett stays in the ball game at quarterback. Third down and 11. The clock is stopped at 8:55. Ball on the Triton 41. Holcomb spreads out wide. Swing pass out to his way. I think he had the option to throw it, but he decided to run with it. He ran upfield for close to a first down. I don't know if he got it, though, unless he stepped out short. Let's see where they place it. It was Eugene Tavares with the stop, the starting strong safety. Yeah, he must have stepped out a little early after the gain of 4. It'll be a 4th down and 7. 4th down and 7, 8:42 on the clock. It's 21-14. Logan Williams will go back out to punt for the Tritons, as Qualls is the return man. Got some confusion out there for the return team. Got to get off. The snap is off. The punt is up. Back deep for Qualls. He's going to let it take a bounce. Oh, nice job of getting on it that time. Who was that? That was 12 on the Triton side. That's Dominic Cisneros that got on the ball. Okay, it's 21-14. Tritons are still in this. They just need to pull the rope their way some more. 8:08 is on the clock remaining in the first half. The sun is beating down into the eyes of Independence, who will be heading into the north. Same direction as the wind here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. There we go. Gonna be a handoff, bouncing inside. That's the back we saw at the beginning of the game, Jacobs. 21-14, under 8 minutes to play after the pickup of about 5. They're gonna even give him an extra yard. It'll be a 2nd down and 4. 2nd and 4, shotgun formation. Gonna be a handoff inside for Jacobs. He gets hit big by Walker as well as Dakari Randall. I'm trying to see what formation we're in right here for the Tritons. I see a 3 defensive line set. Tritons lined up in the dime. Walker's lined up as a nickel cornerback. Back to pass. Looking short. Gonna go for a curl route. Flag in the backfield. Flag in the backfield. Possibly a hold. Possibly a hold.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty.
It is holding on the offense. So they'll replay the first down, but they will mark it on the spot where the hold happened. Let's see where they call it officially. That looks pretty deep. That looks maybe 7 yards back. It's going to be, oh, well, they actually even give them 10. So 1st down and 20. Ball is on the 20-yard line for Independence as they're in their own territory. C.J. Dixon is in the gun, standing with the new back. He will fake the handoff. Here comes a sack coming in hot for IC3. That's 42, who brings them down for the Tritons' first sack of the season. That was Blake Whaley. Blake Whaley gets the first sack of the season for the Iowa Central Tritons. 6.5 minutes remain. 21-14. Trips on the near side. Lone receiver out wide. Looking to go over the middle of the field. Trying to get an interception that time was Camacho as he lunged down, but the ball was just a little short. It was intended for Barber on the offensive side, lined up in the slot. It'll now be a 3rd down and 21. 21-14, 6 minutes and 5 seconds remain. Trips on the near side. Shotgun formation. It's the same formation actually we just saw a moment ago, except now there's a man in motion. Back to pass is Dixon. They're going to call the play dead. It looks like a receiver jumped early. It was the wide receiver. I think it was 14 that jumped early. I believe that's a call anyway. It is false start on the offense. Zane Johnson. No. Correction. Jalen Holmes gets the call on the false start. So that's going to bring them back even farther. Wow. Another 5 yards. 3rd and 26, ball on their own 14-yard line. This is a doozy, to say the least. Wow. Way, 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 way back. Trips on the near side, empty backfield. Back to pass. Looking for a curl route. There with a slant. And now he runs over, tries to hit him low. He does just that. It's the strong safety, Jalen Celestine, that made the tackle, but there is another flag on the field. I think there's 2 even. I think there's one out by C.J. Dixon. I think there was one by Celestine. Maybe they'll get him for a hold. .5:51 on the clock remaining in the second quarter, 21-14. Okay. After the play, dead ball, personal foul. Holy smokes. Dead ball foul. It's a personal foul on the offense, an offensive lineman. They do decline it. If they would have accepted that, that would have been a 3rd down and about 32 backed up on their own 8-yard line. But since it was 3rd and long anyway, no need to accept that. Nice decision by Montalto's men over on the Triton sideline. 21-14, it's 4th down and very long. Isaiah Hazlitt is back deep. He's going to let it take a bounce before it goes out of bounds. The ball will land on the 40-yard hash before rolling out of bounds, so the Tritons will take over on their own 40. And with 5:35 remaining in the first half, they have more than enough time to score to go up 2 possessions against Independence. Tritons have yet to see a score since that Desno Washington 22-yard fade route that was caught with one hand. And look at this. Look at this, look at this. Justin Silverstein is going to get some starting reps now this drive. Here comes Silverstein. So he's going to throw a little swing pass out to Walt. Walt is going to find a block in Hazlitt and then hurdle a man before he jumps out of bounds. Oh, smokes. That was a big jump.
Taken out of bounds by Greg Lassiter.
Greg Lassiter is who took him out of bounds. I still am trying to find the other Triton quarterbacks on the sideline to see if I see any. If Marker's injured, and now I want to look for Bartlett, as he started the last 2 drives. Silverstein is back to pass. He's going to throw a swing route, and now it's going to be, oh, great ball carrying. Stutter step back and forth before running forward. There's a penalty marker on the play. Unfortunately, oh, Walt would have had a first down and much more if, I don't know, it might be hold in the backfield or blocking the back. Independence fans are getting loud and proud for their side.
There's no foul on the play. Bernoulli will block below the waist.
Okay, no.
First down.
They're going to pick up the flag. No foul on the play for a legal block below the waist, otherwise known as a chop block. So that will count. So exactly what I was talking about. That would have been awesome if that was a first down and that wasn't called as a flag. Well, that ended up going in our favor. Silverstein and Walt in the backfield. In the pistol, doubles on the far side. Weideman lined up as a blocking back. They're going to dish it to him off a little floater pass. Oh, shoot. Silverstein threw it a little too hard over the head of Cal Weideman. Oh, boy. You know, passes can still be good even if they are incomplete. That one's still good. He could have thrown it like a line drive, but then there was a guy lined up in the flats over there. That could have been picked off if he didn't lob it. It was still a good decision by Silverstein, despite not getting it to his receiver. 2nd and 10, 4:55 on the clock. Stopped in the second quarter. Weideman in motion. Goes back to the strong side. Uh-oh, Silverstein going to have to jump on it, and he rolls out. He uses his speed before launching it downfield. Open! That's Weideman who makes the catch. Holy smokes, Silverstein pulls a rabbit out of the hat.
Silverstein's pass completed to
Wow.
Cal Weideman. That's another Triton first down.
After the snap went haywire and he had to pick it up and run, probably covering near 15 yards, back and then over towards the right hash, threw it downfield immediately when he saw a wide open Cal Weideman. What that did was, after the ball was snapped and it was called for a fumble, that brought 7 rushers down, so less defensive backs to cover the receivers. Luckily, Silverstein with the heads-up play was there to pick it up. Throw over the middle of the field. Desna Washington brings it in for another touchdown. 29-yard passing touchdown, the first of Justin Silverstein's career.
Result play, touchdown. Number 50.
There you go.
He will sit for one play.
Oh, and another Triton helmet came off. He's going to have to sit for one play. So just like that, the Tritons get their first score since last scoring with Desna Washington. It was a 29-yard post route. It's 27-14 before the PAT. Okongo comes out to kick it. It's going to be blocked, going to have to jump on it. Once again, really nice heads-up play. If that was recovered by Independence, they would have been able to return it downfield. So, 27-14, 4 minutes and 15 seconds remain in the first half to play here, as it's a beautiful day out here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. It was very windy earlier. It's going through sprouts of picking back up and going back down and picking back up and going back down. Right now, it's a little more down than not. The Tritons will go to kickoff now. Wahey will be the kickoff man. (27-14), 4:15 on the clock in the first half.
Roberts and Fells back deep for the Pirates.
It's Roberts and Fells back deep for the Pirates.
Kicking off for the Tritons.
Here comes Wahey. Big boot over towards the 15-yard line. Going to be a fair catch, closer towards the 30 even. Looks like I was off 10 yards. My apologies. It's going to be closer to the 30, it looks like. Waiting for the official ruling on the field on where they'll put the ball.
Receiving team called for a fair catch. The ball be placed out of the catch. First down. First and 10 for the 27 for the Pirates.
Okay, yeah, closer to the 30-yard line than I thought. First and 10 on the 27-yard line for the Pirates. CJ Dixon remains in the pistol. Going to be a handoff. Moves up the middle of the field after slashing inside. That was Jacobs on the carry.
Handoff to Shaquille Fells.
27-14. 4 minutes remain on the clock, and it's ticking down. CJ Dixon has been the man so far ever since he subbed in for their original starting quarterback. Number 9, the 6'7" guy, Parker McQuarrie. Handoff outside to Qualls. He tries to move up field. Might be a gain of 2, I'd say. Yeah, it looks like that's what they'll give him.
Cody Smith with
closer to a 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 ball on the 32-yard line. 3:30 remains in the first half.
Two brings up 3rd and a long 5.
See what the Tritons line up here. Looks like I see 4 defensive linemen. Yep. Deontay Bryant, Perry Slater in the mix with Blake Whaley. I also see Epley lined up over the middle of the field as a middle linebacker. They're going to throw an out route, a little short of the first down marker. I believe it's short. Yeah, they're going to say it's 4th down. He did make the catch in bounds, so it's 4th and very short. Tristan Everard getting the defensive play stop. That was a clutch play. 2:40 remains in the first half.
Brings up 4th and 1 for the Pirates.
The band's getting loud for the Iowa Central Tritons as they're standing towards the Triton end zone.
Timeout, Independence. Timeout of the half.
Independence is going to call a timeout. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, and it's a full timeout. 27-14. The Tritons still have 2 timeouts remaining, and they're going to have an opportunity to march downfield for one final time this half. So I take a look over on the Triton sideline. Let's see who's over there active in uniform. Still looking down, still missing Zach Marker as well as Amarian Bartlett. Now, I didn't see them go out with injury. I do see Silverstein in the mix. Timeout starting to wind down here. Coach Conley, the DC, yelling over for his Iowa Central Tritons. It looks like they're going for it. It's 4th and very short. Shotgun formation and a heavy set. Blocking back in formation. They're going to hand off. Looks like they might have got it. Yep, they did. That's a first down. Isaiah Jacobs was on the carry off the halfback isolation. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remain. 27-14.
Johnny Brown with the tackle for the Tritons.
Shotgun formation. Back to pass is Dixon. He's going to roll to his right. He avoids a tackler. That was Walker that was almost there to get his first sack on the season. Demetrius Walker, just a little short to get there. Throws an out route. Can't see who it is. Looks like number 19. Yep, number 19 is the one that got it there. That was Tristan Everard. A minute 35 remains now. 27-14. Gonna have a halfback gut right up the middle. Noah Epley will bring him down for the tackle. Jacobs gonna pick up another first down for these Pirates. 1 minute 25 seconds remain.
First and 10 for Independence in the Triton 48.
Next one coming in. Looks like it's going to be a handoff inside. Once again, they're burning this clock. They have passed the 50-yard line. They want to make sure that if it leads to a 4-and-out, that they cannot let the Tritons get the ball back and have enough time to move downfield. Tritons have 2 timeouts remaining. The Pirates have 1. Pirates crossing the Tritons' 50-yard line. They're on the Triton 44. 2nd and 6. 45 seconds remain. C.J. Dixon in the gun. Standing alone with Jacobs. Back to pass. Steps up over the middle. Nice catch that time. Right over the middle by the guy that had the touchdown grab earlier, Antonio Barber. 38 seconds remain. He was brought down by Rex Van Wy that time.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Pirates.
30 seconds, you got to hold tight, Iowa Central. Who will let it loose? Outside. curl route towards Tobias Burrell. It's going to be a second down and short with 19 seconds remaining. They still have their timeout. It looks like Iowa Central is going to burn a timeout after giving up more than 7 yards of play this past drive. They need it. 27-14 with 9 seconds remaining. What's up, buddy? Got some fans over here on the Triton side. It is packed on the Triton side. Also, some fans on the Independent side. Tritons, they burn their second timeout of the ball game. It's 27-14. 19 seconds remain in this first half. Now, we have seen their kicker on the Indy side kick the ball before. He's got a very, very strong leg. Almost every single kickoff he's had so far has been out of the end zone. So he'd have more than enough distance to get there. We just have yet to see his accuracy. I guess we don't know how that is. 27-14. Independents in the all-white uniforms and the gold helmets take the field as they have marched downfield ever since they've been marked down on the 27-yard line. With a little over 2 minutes remaining, this could be a huge payoff for the away side. Doubles on each side, shotgun formation. Looks like they got the Tritons to jump. See if they call it for a false start on the offensive side. Now, if he would have snapped the ball a little, like a second sooner, he would have had a free play to the end zone, it looks like. No, it is on the offense. Wow. That's huge. Okay, so since the clock was not running, there will not be a 10-second runoff to the play clock. 19 seconds remains. 27-14, shotgun formation. Doubles on each side. Stacked heavy on the near side. Back to pass. Uh-oh, got to make a juke. They're going to, no, Noah Epley's there to flex on him. And C.J. Dixon's helmet flies off. They're going to have to burn their final timeout of the first half. And just when we needed him most, Noah Epley comes in to flex on C.J. Dixon. Dixon's going to have to sit out this next play. And he is not happy over on the sideline. I couldn't be either. 3rd and 20. And they're going to bring up their original starting quarterback, Parker McQuarrie.
Number 4's helmet came off during the play. Result of the play count. Independence is called timeout to prevent the 10-second runoff. It'll be 3rd down.
3rd and 20.
Timeout.
12 seconds remain. It's 27-14. And look at this. They're lining up for a field goal. I told you he's got a huge leg. This would be well, the ball's marked on the 40-yard line, so this would be about a 53, 52-yard field goal. He definitely has the leg. Like I've said, we've seen it on the kickoff. We haven't seen the accuracy. He hasn't had to test anything, really, besides the PAT tries. And I think the Tritons now are going to burn a timeout. Their kicker's number 34, Wilson Yee, out of Littleton, Colorado. Looks like they're still going to line up in field goal formation.
Wilson Yee in due to attempt a 57-yard field goal.
Officially a 57-yard field goal. And there's that timeout that the Tritons have been trying to burn. Looks like they had an extra man on field. They're going to ice the kicker anyway. Their third and final timeout of the half. There are no timeouts remaining on either side. 27-14. Wow, is this huge. Iowa Central will have a return man back there. This could be very interesting. This could be, personally, the longest field goal I have ever seen. I believe even attempted. "57 yards. This will look out to be 57. Jeez. Wilson Yee, yeah, he's going to line up right on the 50-yard hash. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. Looks like he may be going for it here. Marquis is going to be the holder. Gets the snap down. The kick is up, but it's going to be short. Uh-oh. Got to pick up on it. He will return it. He's going to move towards the left side of the hash to try to run out the clock. 2 seconds, 1 second. That will close out the half. Field goal, no good. It looks like Marquis muffed the snap a little bit. Couldn't get the snap down good enough to get a big kickoff, and that'll close out the half. The halftime score is 27-14. Before we go to a break, we're going to break down exactly how that happened and so much more, so make sure you stick around for the halftime report. But before we get to the halftime report, I want to spend the time to shout out our workers today. First off, our cameraman over there and Donnie, our producers over in the truck. Thank you to Rusty as well as Nikki. As you've been listening to Hank Ambrose on call here, that's me. I'll be with you the rest of the way. Breaking down the plays now for the first half. We've seen 4 touchdowns score for the Iowa Central Tritons and just 2 score for Independence. The Tritons started off with 3 touchdowns in a row. The first touchdown on the season was to Jamarian Wheeler. It was a 24-yard fade route. Made the catch on the inside corner of the end zone on the far left side. Following that, the Iowa Central Tritons marched down the field once again and had a 33-yard corner route towards Isaiah Haslett, who had the toe drag swag inside the touchdown hash. That brought it to 14-0. We saw back-to-back punts for Independence. Then we saw the Tritons take on over once again. They marched downfield. They got 22 yards away, and they had a one-handed snag in the end zone with Desna Washington to end the first half. It was 21-0 beginning the second half. That's where we then saw the new quarterback come out for Independence in C.J. Dixon. And the very first drive we saw with C.J. Dixon started on the Triton 40-yard line, ended up being a 1-yard rushing touchdown with Qualls. And now it was almost a 34-yard receiving touchdown for his very first career college pass, but just ended up a little short. And then following that, we saw another score from Independence after the Tritons had the first punt from their offensive side this time. That punt ended up being blocked, and there was a 22-yard passing touchdown right out of the gate towards Barber. Antonio Barber, who made a 22-yard receiving touchdown. He ran a streak and was wide open on a blown coverage. That brought the score 20-14 actually, 20-14. Then following that, we saw back-to-back punts where the Tritons eventually got it back. Then we saw a switch-up of quarterbacks where Amarian Bartlett checked in for Zach Marker. And then we saw Justin Silverstein. He checked in for Amarian Bartlett, and we haven't seen Bartlett or Zach Marker since. I haven't seen if they've been injured. I've been trying to spot them out on the sideline. If I do hear about an injury, I will report back to you as soon as possible. But I do know since the beginning of the second quarter, Marker hasn't played a snap, and Bartlett hasn't played a snap in quite some time too. Justin Silverstein, he did throw the 29-yard post route to Desna Washington to bring him his second touchdown of the ball game. Speaking of Desna anyway, and it was Justin Silverstein's first career collegiate passing touchdown. That's what brought the score 27-14. The Iowa Central Tritons have the lead. They've had the lead the whole entire ball game, but it has been as close as 6 points in the second quarter. We got ourselves a ball game in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Currently, says 86 degrees outside, but it feels like 90. It is a beautiful day to play football. The only thing I could complain about is some wind blowing in, some pretty strong wind, I should say, blowing into the north. Hasn't affected the game the whole time, but my paper's been flying around a little bit, so you've seen that too. Otherwise, I tell you what, there is going to be a 20-minute halftime break. I'll come back to you to give you some more updates on what I find out about the injuries or if I find anything else out about the Tritons or Independence. Otherwise, we're going to throw it to a break and let the band perform for the halftime report. It's 27-14. This has been Hank Ambrose for the Iowa Central Tritons in the first half.
I know, but Mom, don't skip your recommended vaccines. They help protect you against certain diseases, so ask your doctor or pharmacist about any recommended vaccines you may need. Skip the other stuff instead, like, I don't know.
Skip the pants.
Check me out.
when you face a day that feels like you're gonna break. You gotta believe when I see it. You gotta keep going, keep breathing. When you face a day that feels like you're gonna break. So lean on the walls that love you, the guardian angels above you, and think about when peace just another color. Ooh, just another color. Just another color.
Attention island friends, this is a parrot service announcement. A manta ray mayday, a turtle alert, bottlenose news flash. They're in trouble and you can help. Our mission at the Blue Project Foundation is to protect thousands of endangered animals and their homes. One of the ways is by caring for coral reefs, a vital part of our entire ecosystem. Find out how you can help save these majestic animals. Learn more at blueprojectatlantis.org.
Welcome back, Triton Nation, to your home broadcast of the Iowa Central Tritons taking on Independence Community College. It's 27-14. 14 and a half minutes remain in the second half. It's 27-14. I'm Hank Ambrose. I'll be with you the rest of the way through. We saw 4 touchdowns scored for the Tritons in the first half and just 2 over on the Independent side. We've seen a total of 6 quarterbacks take field today. And a big reason for that is we've seen 2 injuries on the Triton side, no injuries on the Independent side, just a switch up as they now have, oh, nice run that time. Oh, big pop. Oh my goodness. Big pop over there. Anyway, had a switch up at quarterback over there for CJ Dixon, who had subbed in. Now for the Tritons, they have been rocking with their 3rd string quarterback ever since about the 10-minute marker in the second quarter. That is Mr. Justin Silverstein. He does have a throwing touchdown under his belt so far. He's a 3rd-year player for the Iowa Central Tritons. Was a walk-on, and boy, he's really deserved an opportunity. He's in now, and he's done a good job at keeping the lead here for the Iowa Central Tritons. 27-14, 13 and a half minutes remain. While we were in our halftime break, I did manage to go over to see and get a better view of if any of our other quarterbacks were injured. And I did find that Zach Marker is injured the rest of the ball game. He is wearing a sling on his right arm. I personally did not see the injury happen during the coverage, during the play-by-play. So I wonder if it might have happened and he got off the field quickly. I really am not for sure because even starting the drive, I remember Amarion Bartlett was the quarterback that came in, who was our original backup, to start it. And then following that, after 2 drives of back-to-back punts, we decided to switch quarterbacks to bring in Silverstein. And that's the story how we got here now. It's 27-14, 2nd and 7, 12 minutes and 51 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. There's an injury timeout on the field. I'm looking down at my notes, I missed the number, but once I see it, I'll report it back to you. I've been most impressed probably by CJ Dixon on the Independent side. Between him and Jacobs, they've been excellent ball carriers. And Fells, he's been the do-it-all player. He's been a kick returner, he's been a wide receiver, he's lined up as a wingback and even a tailback.
Iowa Western leads Dodge City 14-0.
Still checking out the injured player over there. Coach Montalto went over to pay some respects. So we got the Iowa Central trainers over there looking at him.
Big Ten, the opener in Dublin, Ireland.
It's number 77 over on the Independent side. That's Tashawn Brooks, a starting tackle, for Independence. So they're going to help him off the field here. Appears to be limping off of his right leg. Hope he's okay. I noticed he's got some knee braces on. Keep Big 7-7 in our thoughts. I'll let you know if he checks back into the ball game or if I see him undress or anything. Right now you can see he's still getting helped off. It's 27-14, 12 minutes 51 seconds remains in the 3rd quarter.
That was Tashawn Brooks being helped off the field for the Pirates.
Coach Jason Martin out on the field checking out his guy too, as he has got that defensive background, as you saw him a lot in Last Chance U. Now he's the head coach. See how this will pair as they need to come back against the Iowa Central Tritons, down 2 scores. Halfback, outside stretch, gonna bounce outside. Looks like it's gonna be a gain of nothing. And they might give him 1.
Epley with the tackle for the Tritons.
Nothing or 1, whatever you want to say.
Loss of 1 brings up 3rd and 8.
12-25. Yeah, they're just going to keep him right there. It'll stay a 3rd and 7. 12-15 remains in the 3rd quarter. It's 27-14. C.J. Dixon standing out there. Beside him is Jaquel Fells. Doubles on each side. He's back to pass. He looks right, and he will fire. As it just slung right through the cornerback, J.T. Brown, over on the far right side on the Tritons.
Pass complete.
Shoot.
Tobias Burrell.
That was Burrell that made the catch, Tobias Burrell.
Gain of 7 brings up 4th and
A
1.
gain of 7, not enough for a first down. 4th and inches. 11 and a half minutes remain. It's 27-14 in the third quarter. Every single play we've seen this ball game has been in the gun. Yet to see one under center. Not even for this 4th and inches call. Gonna be a handoff inside. Gotta bounce it outside now. Two Triton tacklers gonna hit themselves and get knocked to the ground. That'll be enough for another Independence first down in the first of the second half. If you were here for the pregame report, you heard that the last time these two went up against each other was back in 2019, where Independence got the best of the Iowa Central Tritons in Iowa. Independence comes from Kansas, of course. Oh! Woo! Wow. Ring the sirens. That was bell to bell, the biggest hit of the day. Double 2 on the Triton side. That's Kevontae Fowler, who laid the hit stick down. Holy smokes. 27-14, 10:52 on the clock, and it stopped after that big incomplete pass. Shotgun formation, doubles on each side. Nixon is looking deep. He will go deep to numero uno. It's Barber. Barber lays out, but he can't make the catch. And that was number 27 of the Tritons that broke up the pass. And that's a new D-back for me. That's Elijah Connell, it looks like. Oh, no, Elijah Graham. Elijah Graham from Federal Way, Washington.
Down for the Tritons.
He's also
Antonio Barber
down for the
for
Tritons.
the Pirates.
Looks like Antonio Barber is also down. So the receiver and the primary D-back that was covering Barber, both down. Looks like Barber, it's a cramp, and same with our man. And that happens, folks. Like I said, playing the first game of the season is so much different than midway through the season or even the last few games of the season, because you got to get ready physically. You're going 100% at each other. 250, 300 plus pounds. Huge individuals showing all their strength, trying to push all the way down each other's throat to the end zone. Yeah, we're going to see some injuries. We're going to see some cramps, some fatigue. It's going to happen. I would like to say that our DB got up. That's Elijah Graham. He's going to walk himself off to the sideline. Antonio Barber needs help to get up, but it looks like he's good to walk by himself to his own power. He's just doing a short steps back to the sideline on the Indianapolis Independence side. 27-14, 10:45 remains. Trips to the near side. A lone receiver out far right. Independence is moving the ball from right to left on your video screen. Nixon lining up in the gun. By his side is Jaquel Fells. Back to pass. He's looking mid-range. Try to throw a curl route, but look who was there. It was the big hitter, double 2 in Fowler, Kevontae Fowler. Here comes a 4th down and long now.
Incomplete pass fourth down.
After that incomplete pass, this is a 4th down and 10. Ball marked on the Triton 39-yard line. Wilson Yee is going to line up to punt the ball. Now, before the close of the first half, they actually lined out, as the ball was marked on the 40-yard line, they lined out to kick a field goal. This one, they're just trying to play it conservative and go with a punt. Kick is up. It's going to bounce outside. It's going to bounce outside and land, looks like maybe even inside the 15-yard line of the Triton side. Yep. Heard Brownie help me out here. Sounds like it went out on the Triton 13-yard line. 1st and 10. With 87 yards to go to the Independence end zone. 10:34 on the clock. Let's see who's in to begin this drive. Looks like Silverstein, it is. 2 backs in the backfield. Silverstein going to have a quarterback keeper. He tries to draw up the middle, but he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. A pickup of 1, maybe 2.
Justin Silverstein on the quarterback keeper.
That's going to bring the clock to tick down, and that's exactly what the Tritons need. Tritons have some injuries on the offensive side of ball. They have the lead, but how long can you hold on against a number 10 ranked team in the nation? Granted, you are ranked number 11.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Big ball game to begin the season. Silverstein in the pistol. Has Hogue in motion. He's going to hand off. Run up the middle. Nice run that time. Ooh, that was big time. By number 6, he's the new running back on our set, Jason Murray. I'm starting to like him every time, a little more every time he touches the ball. 9:42 on the clock as it's still ticking down. It's a 3rd and 4, the first 3rd down attempt for the Tritons of the half.
Murray on the carry, brought down by Whitson. Brings up 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. Silverstein out there with doubles by his side. He's going to send Murray in motion. He's back to pass, looking over the middle of the field before he tries to hit a zag route, but it's going to be a little outside. That time it was intended for Travis Isaac.
Thirsty pass intended for Isaac, falls incomplete.
A little too far in front of him. 27-14, 9 minutes and 12 seconds remain.
Logan Williams in punt formation.
And here comes Logan Williams now. He's in punt formation. And Logan, he's actually also a backup quarterback on our football team. So he can throw the ball if he wants to. He's near back his own end zone. I don't see why you do it here. He has a really nice punt rocketed to the 40 on the Independent side. It's going to take another bounce. Oh, and Whaley was almost there. Oh, and makes 2 misses. Fells is just a little juke man, he is. Dances around each of the navy blue. He is going to have a pickup of nearly 20 yards, making it to their own 46.
49-yard line where Independence takes over 1st and 10.
Well, Brownie actually says 49, so that must be what they're going to give him. Yeah, right there. Under 9 minutes to play, 27-14. The ball is officially marked on the 50-yard line. Look at Demetrius Walker right here. He's lined up on the edge. He's rushing. Here he comes in hot. Oh, nice. Halfback gut right up the middle. Did a really good job at tricking me and moving out there. But Iowa Central, they were on their toes. There's a reason I'm not a football player. I was looking way far outside where the blockers were going. It's a 5-yard gain. Ball on the 45 of the Triton side. It's a 2nd and 5. Play action pass, swing, outside to Fells again. Goodness gracious. Makes another man miss, and then he goes towards the sideline. The Tritons, they've been really, really sound on defense. If there was anything I'd have to say that I'd like to see them improve on would be just wrapping up in the backfield.
Excuse me, no gain on the play.
They'd have probably 10 more tackle for losses if they just completed their wrap-up. But that'll come. (27-14), 8 minutes and 5 seconds remain. It's 3rd and 5 on the 45. Going to be a handoff up the middle of the field for Jacobs. Jacobs breaks the plane and is pushed forward. Let's see what the refs give him.
Jacobs on the carry. Brought down by Noah Emily.
They're going to say a gain of 3 yards. It's 4th and short. 4th and 2. 7:35 remaining. Tritons with a 13-point lead. Doubles on the near side. Handoff Jacobs. Jacobs makes one Triton miss, but then brings him forward. A helmet comes off as Demetrius Walker stiff arms a guy to the ground. Star outside linebacker. Wow.
3 yards on the play for a first down. Result of the play, first down. Number 88 for the offense. Helmet came off. He'll sit.
That's a first down. So 88, he's going to have to come out of play and sit. He's their tight end, Harrison Hansley. That happened earlier this ball game for Harrison Hansley. Here we go. Handoff. Going up the middle. Spin move and almost got away from him. Luckily, Blake Whaley was there to trip him up. Wow.
Roberts on the inside handoff.
After every single down, Independence is getting more and more explosive. You think it would be the other way around. That was Antoine Roberts that time with the ball carry. Roberts in motion. Going to be a play action pass. Tried to hit number 4, Tyrick McDaniel that time, but just got away from him. 27-14. 6:41 remains. It's 3rd and 4. We saw this exact same situation a moment ago.
Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Pirates.
Third and 4, looking for the handoff. Inside zone, cuts back to the middle, goes outside. He's still on his feet. Holy moly. Get another block, and he could be gone before he's forced out of bounds. 25-yard pickup for Jaquan Fells.
Ran out of bounds the strike 15.
Jaquel Fells, a redshirt freshman from Birmingham, Alabama, is just 5'8", 185 pounds, but hey, man, dynamite comes in small packages. That was huge. He's freaky fast. 6:15 remaining, 27-14. Handoff inside, working out. That time it went towards Antoine Roberts. Looks like he got a stiff arm against the Tritons before he was forced out of bounds.
JT Brown on the stop for the Titans.
It's JT Brown who was on the stop for the Tritons.
Even 2 on the play, brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's a 2nd and 8 on the 13. Marching down the field, hand off to another new back. That time it's Rakendrick Baker. That's his first carry of the ball game.
Baker on the carry.
What a nice spot to get your first carry of the ball game. In the red zone, almost within the 10-yard line. Now they are within the 10. 3rd and 4 on the Triton 9. This is a really nice sweet spot for Independence. You can move the ball forward and get a first down without having to force it to the end zone here, being limited to about 20 yards. Looking for that fade route outside. They went to the end zone. It's going to come up wide. Here comes a 4th down. 4th and 4. 4:55 remains. It's 27-14. Nixon coming back to the sideline upset. He wanted that one.
Wilson Yee into attempt a
Here's Wilson Yee now as he lines up to attempt a 27-yard field goal. Comes a kick. It's up. Oh, just barely inside. That one was trying to work out. The field goal is good. It's 27-17. 4 minutes and 50 seconds remain in the third quarter. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 27-17, 4 minutes and 50 seconds remain. Goes the dance team cheering on IC3 as well as the cheer team. The band is getting loud and proud as well. They've had such a great halftime performance. They do such a great job here at Iowa Central, Fort Dodge. Isaiah Haslett going to be back to return for the Iowa Central Tritons. Joining alongside him is George Sims.
Wilson Yee to kick off for Independence.
(27-17), 4 minutes and 50 seconds remain. Comes a kick. Big boom as it heads deep. Here comes a return, the first kickoff return the Tritons have had this ball game. It's not going to do any justice for them as he's going to be stopped before the 20-yard line.
Down at the 16-yard line by Thomas Anderson.
Nice adjustment by Independence. Before that, every single kick they've had was a touchback, going way past the end zone. That time it landed just shy of the end zone.
From their own 16.
That called for the Tritons to try to go for a return and only made it back to their own 16. Now, I will say this, Independence, they are now going into the wind, kicking. So that's a good thing for the Tritons. And look at that, Amarian Bartlett is back in for the Iowa Central Tritons. Back to pass, goes a curl route, looks a little low for Desno Washington. Let's see what they call.
Bartlett's pass complete to Desno Washington.
It was complete. It was complete. For three yards. It's a 2nd and 7. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remain in the third quarter. Bartlett gonna hand off through the pump fake, but it's not gonna get around Indy. Here comes a third down now. 3rd and 5, 4 minutes remains.
The 3rd and 6 for the Tritons.
Bartlett stands alone. The Lone Ranger trips on the far into the nearest doubles. Look out for Cal Weideman. He makes a move. No, Bartlett gonna carry himself. He tucks the ball away and gets more than enough for a first down, but look at that. His helmet comes off. This is getting ridiculous. What is with all these helmets flying off? I don't know if it's a buckle strap issue or what, but there has been way too many times where the helmets have been flying off on both sides. Hope we're checking that out. 3:35 on the clock, 27-17. Silverstein checks back in. John Holcomb is in the mix, also with Jaden Washington. Holcomb goes in motion, looking like to hand off. They will to Washington. He breaks up the plane. Before tackled past the line of scrimmage, he's got that power. J-Dub on the carry. gets a 5-yard pickup. It's 2nd and 5. 3:05 remains in the third quarter.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Standing isn't Bartlett, wing back in the set. Low snap. Bartlett gonna have to just pick it up and run forward. Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Bartlett with a 1-yard gain.
They will give him 1 yard. 3rd down and 4 now. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
3rd and 4.
But we do have a player down on the field. Looks like he's checking out his knee. It's never good. We'll have an injury timeout break. I tell you what, I'm gonna be right back just a moment. Welcome back, fans, back to the broadcast for your home broadcast of the Iowa Central Tritons taking on Independence Community College. My apologies, my papers started flying everywhere. I had to go get them before they flew all over the field. Well, I talk about this wind. It has been quite crazy today. I mean, a few times it's been a little shallow, but as of recent, it's really been blowing hard. I do see that the injured player does get back up and he gets help to the sideline. But here we go, back to the action here at Fort Dodge Stadium. 3rd and 4, shotgun formation. There goes Sims in motion. Back to passes. Bartley's looking short. Sims looking to find a block. He does. Moves the chains and picks up an extra 2 yards. It's a 1st down and 10, the first of the half for the Iowa Central Tritons.
For another Triton first down.
There you go. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remains. 27-17. Doubles on the near side. They'll send trips over to the far. Desna is closest to me. Here comes the ball coming in. Tried to go low. It's George Sims with a spin move. He's going to make 2 miss. He still moves forward. Gets a 1st down and much more. A pickup of 15 for old Georgie boy. 27-17. These Tritons are keeping the fight alive. 1 minute, 55 seconds remains. You ought to see this Independence sideline right now. Oh my goodness, there's about 4 different players getting stretched out right now with cramps. Going back, he's looking long. Bartlett fires to Desna. Laid out. But he's gonna end up with the ball just a few feet in front of him.
Bartlett's pass intended for Washington.
Jeez. Washington almost made that a big-time grab. 1 minute, 31 seconds remains in the third quarter. That was Tyreek McDaniel on the coverage working against Desna Washington. 27-17.
Make it 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line.
Oh, look at this. No receivers spread near. It's actually trips out to the weak side. They will hand off to, I believe, yep, that's Jaden Washington. 1 minute, 20 seconds remains. It's a pickup of 2. Here's a 3rd and 8 for Iowa Central. See what formation and package they come in now. Indy is showing a 3-4 look. with 2 safeties over the top of the field. The Tritons looking like they're going to show a look from the gun. Empty backfield. Jaden Washington is lining up as a wide receiver. We got to be careful for this 4-man illegal front. We've been called on this before. We will be called again if 4 men stay in the backfield. Snap is off. It is a legal play. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. He's going to make it to nearly the first down marker, but I think he's just a yard shy. It'll be 4th down and 1. 30 seconds remain. There's 40 seconds on the play clock. That means if Montalto's men want to, they can let this clock burn out until the 4th quarter. They're calling for 4th down. I hear the Indy sideline calling for a goal line. Goal line. They're thinking it's going to be short here. 5 seconds remain in the quarter. Tritons aren't lined up. They're going to let it just close out of the quarter. There you go. And just like that, after 3 quarters of play, it's 27-17. The Tritons keep their lead, and they keep out in front. Right down on the field, we're heading into the 4th quarter. The Tritons are going to have the ball moving now into the wind, about 30 yards out. See what they do here. The band is getting crazy out there. We've only seen 1 score this ball game. That's crazy to me. Off a 27-yard field goal. As this has been a very long drive for the Tritons. Once we start the 4th quarter, it'll be over 5 minutes long. Doing a much better job with time management to begin the second half, the Tritons are. "15 minutes are on the clock. It's football frenzy here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. 1 quarter to go. Who's going to come out of this one? 1-0. Will it be number 11, Iowa Central, or number 10, Independence? That answer will be revealed in 15 minutes of game time. This broadcast has officially been going on for 2.5 hours. Started at noon today. Here we go with the goal line package. John Holcomb will take the snap. He runs up the middle of the field. Follows 2 blockers, make it 3. That's more than enough for a first down and a pickup of an extra 5. Oh, now I can't see what's going on, but the Tritons want something else to go their way. Maybe a personal roughness call against the defense. I don't think a flag was thrown. I don't see a.
First down, number 0.
The head official's microphone kicked out. I'm going to assume that John Holcomb, his helmet came off, as I believe that's what the head official is trying to announce here. The refs have not yet been ready to get set. Got to wait for them first. So what are we waiting for here? I believe it was at the officials.
On the field was one of the first Postgame. First and 10.
Okay. Huh. Discussion on the field. Interesting. Okay. Well, here we have it. It's a 1st and 10 and a sack for the big 4-4, the Lumberjack. That's Tim Brown coming in all the way from Palm Beach, Florida, to make that one count. That's going to be a loss of nearly 10 yards. 2nd and 19 14 minutes and 15 seconds remain in the final quarter to play in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Bartlett stands alone. Trips on the near side. Holcomb is checked back into the ball game, lined up in the slot. Desna is spread out the farthest. And now he's standing alone. No, Weideman going to go back as he faked it in motion. Oh, Weideman for a moment there was open, but Amarian going to have to step up. He'll throw to the end zone. Oh, just over the hands of John Holcomb.
Bartlett's pass intended for Holcomb is incomplete.
Could have been a big bomb right to him, but right over his head. It's going to be a 3rd and 19.
Came off, he was hit for one.
Third and 19, 13 minutes and 40 seconds remain. Holcomb will sub out. Coming in for him will be Walt. Doubles on each side, but they're stacked on top of each other. There goes Walt now in motion. In the slot, wow, they got him open. Is they're showing just zone coverage there. Oh, big hit that time. Oh my goodness. Silverstein takes a big shot, penalty marker on the play. Oh.
Isaiah Haslett, the intended receiver.
Isaiah Haslett was the intended receiver. It was broken up, but oh.
Holding, offense.
Silverstein got hit right in the chest.
Tie, result of play, 3rd down.
And then it was a holding on the offense. That's no good. Oh, man. Once again, that was a big hit there. That maybe would rival the big hit we saw from Walker earlier.
4th down. 4th down.
Okay, here's a 4th down and 19 now. 13 and a half minutes remain. Stopped on the 31-second marker. And the Tritons are going to line up to even maybe go for it. Now you can expect they're just going to try to draw them off sides here. They would be kicking into the wind. Oh, they do snap it. They're going for it on 4th and 19. Going over the middle of the field. Haslett makes the catch. And that may be just enough for a 1st down. Yes, it is. Haslett makes the catch right on the 1st down marker and moves forward.
Early 1st down the game. Independence will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
13 minutes, 20 seconds remain. It's 27-17. Tritons looking to score once more. It's going to be a 1st down and 10. The ball will be on the 19-yard line. Currently, this drive has gone over 8 minutes now. Milking off the game clock. Here we go. Oh, he must have been short. Oops. Looks like I made the mistake of thinking he got the 1st down. I thought he was close enough to it.
Dixon's pass intended for Fells, ruled incomplete.
Hey, we all can't be perfect. That's my bad.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Well, hey, it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Ball with Indy now. 13-19 on the clock. It's 27-17. Oh, muff snap. Looks like the Tritons jumped on it. Was it Deontay? Oh, a flag is thrown. It's not Deontay Bryan who jumped on it.
Penalty marker on the play.
A late penalty has been thrown. Who was that? Looks like Johnny Brown was the one that jumped on it. From Sebring, Florida. Hang on, hang on. Still waiting for the call. Now the penalty was after the play was dead, so it should be Triton ball. Unless they just threw it out late.
Johnny Brown credited with the recovery.
13 minutes, 15 seconds remain. 27-17. Be a 1st and 10 here. Still waiting for this call.
After the play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Number 0 on Iowa State.
Gotcha.
Number
So,
0 on the defense has been ejected from the game.
oh wow, ejected from the game even on the Triton side. So on the Triton side, number 0, I'm gonna pull that up for you. He was ejected from the game. That would have been Bryce Austin, the defensive lineman, Bryce Austin. Ejected from the game for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Penalty mark off.
27-17, 13 minutes and 15 seconds remain. Okay, trips on the near side. Look who's back in. It's Silverstein. He's going to take and keep.
Silverstein on the keeper.
Flag will be thrown. There's about 3 penalty markers on the play. It might be another horse collar even. By the way he was tackled, it looked pretty awkward. 13 minutes, 8 seconds remains, 27-17. Still waiting for the officials to pick up the flags and say what the call is.
Fouls off the team. Personal foul. Offensive foul is hitting the play without his helmet on. Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. Number 8. Those films offset. Replay first down. Number 55.
Okay,
We'll have to go out for one play.
so it's multiple penalties, but basically the gist of it is that they will offset. The penalties will offset,
Total play will be
and the
first
Tritons
and
will
10
start
31-yard line.
from the 31-yard line. It'll be a first down and 15. That's exactly right. I hear John Conley, the defensive coordinator out there, go win the game. That is exactly right. Silverstein in the gun. Hogue is in formation as a blocking back. He's back to pass. He's rolling out. Lots of pressure. Throw it away. Looks like he got out of the pocket in time. Ooh, that was close to being the 3rd sack of the ball game for Indy.
There's a foul for intentional grounding. Quarterback got outside the
Oh, they do throw the flag for intentional grounding.
line of scrimmage. Second down.
I thought he got, oh man, to me he got there.
Pass is intended for John Holcomb.
They do call it against the Tritons. Okay, here we go now. 2nd and 10, 12:55 on the clock. Pistol formation, Hogan motion as a blocking back. Desna stands alone. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. He runs. Who is he? Well, it's Silverstein. He goes up close to the first down marker before he breaks one tackle and moves forward.
Brought down by Demetrius Patterson, but that'll be a Triton first down.
Wow. 12:45 remains in quarter number 4. And that's another Triton first down. Silverstein will stand in the pocket. There's a stack doubles on the far side. So I see these boys in blue in the gun. Here we go. Handoff up the middle for Walt. He'll have a pickup of just a few.
Side handoff to Walter Robon. Stop made by Jordan.
A gain of maybe 3. It'll be a 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play, brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7, 11:45 on the clock. Jumbo package for Iowa Central. They're in the gun. Back to pass. They're looking out to send it to Hogue. Hogue makes his first catch of the season and gets forced out of bounds. Big Hogue. He's another one of those unsung heroes for the Triton offense. A guy that has been an excellent blocker as a flex player, as he runs routes, but also really does the dirty work on the offensive side of the ball. 1st and goal for the Iowa Central Tritons, 27-17. They have a 100% red zone efficiency today. Stacked doubles on each side. Pistol formation. Murray's back behind Silverstein. They're going to send. Oh, got to get around him. They'll throw it over towards numero dos. That's another Triton touchdown. Wow. That's Isaac with the receiving touchdown. Travis Isaac. Travis Isaac will make it 33-17. There goes a flag after the play was called dead. Penalty marker on the field. See the call here? Officially, you can put that down as a 9-yard receiving touchdown for Isaac. Wow. Props to Silverstein as a 3rd-string quarterback. He's got 2 throwing touchdowns a day against the number 10 team in the country. That is number 5, second unsportsmanlike of the ball game. The penalty will be inflicted on the kick return for Indy. That is also number 5, second unsportsmanlike. That's Denver Warren. That means he's kicked out of the ball game. 33-17, 10 minutes and 53 seconds remains. Goes a kick. Congo kicks it up, and it's right through the upright. The score is 34-17 with 10 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in regulation. The Tritons bounce back and get the first touchdown of the second half. Let's see what Indy will do to capitalize. Something I did see on the Indy sideline is their original starting quarterback and Parker McQuarrie, excuse me, that's a tough name. McQuarrie, he was warming up on the sideline. You can expect him to possibly come back into the ballgame. Or at some point, maybe. We'll see. Oh, wow. Got some extracurricular over from the sideline, talking to the near side of the kickoff unit for the Tritons.
Liam Wahey to kick off from midfield.
Here's Wahey. Big kick going to the end zone. It's going to land in the Dodger red. So that's going to bring Indy to start up on their own 25-yard line. They're 75 yards from scoring another 6. Let's see what they can do here. It's 34-17. Still looking to see if McQuarrie's lining up to go out there. He is out there. Parker McQuarrie comes back into the ball game since being benched in the first quarter. Shotgun formation, there's trips over on the far side with a lone receiver standing still on the near. Curl route for that near receiver. Coming up in the pocket, Parker McQuarrie looking to run with it. He will scramble and pick up 6, 7, maybe 8 yards before he's forced out of bounds by J.T. Brown. 34-17, 10 minutes and 35 seconds remain.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Second and 1. Back to pass to McQuarrie. He's looking long. He will fire. Just over the head of J.T. Brown and the intended receiver that time, Leonard Manuel.
First pass sails incomplete.
(34-17), 10 minutes and 12 seconds remains. Heavy on the line. They look like they'll send 7. They will. Crashing down. Oh, man. Wow, Red Rover, Red Rover. I don't know who was sent over. Did they cross the first down marker?
Jacobs on the carry.
It was Jacobs on the carry. It looks like he did go over the first down marker. That's a first down for Indy. Under 10 minutes to play. Tritons have a 17-point lead. Firing outside. Rolling with a zig route. Starting to get chippy out here, I noticed. Not just from the sideline, talking on each side, but also in the backfield. 9.5 minutes remain, 34-17.
Perry Slater on the stop.
That time it was Perry Slater that made the tackle for the Tritons.
Get a 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Ball on the Independence 37. Back to pass. Looking long. He will fire. Nice catch that time. That was Tristan Everard who's brought it in.
Tristan Everard.
Everard, he hasn't had a lot of targets this game, but every time he has, he's made one heck of a catch. First and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. It's on the Independent side. Here comes Indy looking to cross the 50. Back to pass. They'll roll to the weak side. Trying to go back to Everard, but that time not going to work out.
Pass intended for Everard. Incomplete.
34-17, 8:45 on the clock remaining in regulation.
Rex Van Wy on the coverage for the Tritons.
That was Van Wy on the coverage that time. He was actually a interior defensive lineman. How awesome is that? Another big hit out there. Holy smokes. Kevante is on a mission today.
Pass to Burrell.
Ketante Fowler.
By Rex Van Wy.
34-17, 8:45 on the clock in the fourth quarter.
The Pirates.
Shotgun formation. Trips on the near side. Back to pass. He's looking long over the middle. That's going to be a sack. Yeah, buddy. 9-1 and 9-9 are the ones that got there in time. That's James Williams, followed by Andrew Portillo.
Parker McQuarrie on the quarterback keeper. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
They're calling no gain there, but I would have called for a sack. 4th and 10 officially, but in my rule, I'll say 4th and 11, I guess. 8:08 on the clock, remaining in the fourth quarter. It's 34-17. Shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers spread wide. Back to pass. Looking long, Fires over the middle. That will be broken up. That right there
Intended for
was
is incomplete.
the big man in front. And Jacob Camacho.
Tries to take over on down.
And right there, that's a turnover on downs. So the Tritons will now take over on their own 49-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. Look at this. John Holcomb comes out there without any quarterbacks in the set. Holcomb lined up at quarterback. He's lined up in the pistol. It's Murray lined behind him. Hogan formation. They're going to call a timeout, looks like.
Timeout. Independent. First charge. Time of the half.
Independence will call a timeout. I think they had 2 less of guys on the field. Yeah, they just had 10 guys on the field. 42 was not in the right spot. That's why they called for the timeout. Wow, you don't want to burn your timeouts, especially when you're down 3 scores late in the ball game. But when you have to, you have to. Holcomb going to stay out there at quarterback. It's 1st and 10, ball on the 49. Pistol formation, the same set we saw a moment ago. It's a read option. Holcomb going to take it for himself. He dropped the ball. It's a fumble. Tritons trying to jump on it. Let's see who got on it first. That's Clarence Numali who covers it, and that is on the Independence side. The man that forced the fumble was number 92, Amin Minani. Wow.
Independence at the Tritons 47-yard line.
Amin Munani strips the ball, and then Independence jumps right on it. 7 minutes, 42 seconds remain. It's 34-17. Independence takes right back over. Shotgun formation. Look who's back in the game. CJ Dixon. He's back to pass. Looking long. He will fire over the middle. Just too strong of an arm. Kevontae Fowler was there.
Is incomplete.
It'll be a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Kevontae Fowler on coverage for the Tritons.
Back to pass. Going to throw the curl route. It bounces outside. The swing pass was complete to Maka Suwahoy. 6-yard pickup. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 now.
Noah Epley on the stop.
3rd and 4. Shotgun formation. Trips on the near side. Back to pass, looking long. They will fire. Making the catch off the post route. That's going to bring them up to near the 25-yard line. They approach the red zone.
The 1st and 10 for Pirates. Jacob Camacho with the tackle.
34-17. C.J. Dixon back to pass. He's going to step up, looking for a shovel. No, he's going to have to keep it for himself. He breaks one tackle. Oh, not going to break that tackle as he was headed right towards Noah Epley. Runs out of bounds after the pickup of 7. Six minutes, 37 seconds remain. 2nd and 3. (34-17). Shotgun. Pass. Looking for a swing route. Nice bobble, but he ended up holding on to the ball. That was Houston Rotish.
On the reception.
Oh, got a player down. At 63 on the offense, Dakari Spicer, the starting right guard. It looks like C.J. Dixon's also got himself maybe a cramp as well as he's limping off. I noticed when he ran the ball for 7 yards out of bounds, he ran onto the track. And when you run on the track with your cleats, it's never good. Your football cleats, that's how you can mess an ankle up or an Achilles. Looks like that's what he did there. But he appears to be okay.
We'll be closing in 10 minutes, and popcorn is half price until they close.
6 minutes, 9 seconds remain till the end of regulation. It's 34-17. The Tritons have the lead. As the Independence lineman down is that's not right. It's Dakari Spicer. Dakari Spicer getting checked out over there. Looks like they're trying to stretch out his leg. (34-17). 6 minutes and 9 seconds remain. Dakari Spicer gets up to his own power and walks off the field. Looks like he'll be okay.
First and 10 at the Triton 15-yard line for the Pirates.
Six minutes, 9 seconds remain. 34-17. C.J. Dixon remains. Here comes pressure. Dakari Walker forces a fumble off the sack. Big Walker. 2 helmets also come off. C.J. Dixon, an offensive lineman. Looks like Dixon's down with a possible injury. Yep. Dixon is injured out on the field. 68's helmet came off with Dixon's. That's Shane Brennan, the starting right tackle. So now the full right side of the offensive line starters are going to be out this drive. Or at least until the very next play, until Brennan can check back in. Injury timeout on the field. C.J. Dixon gets up. He says, "I'm okay." He's going to walk off the field to his own power. Go claps around in the Independence and Triton stands. As it's still packed out here at Dodger Stadium. The clouds have started to get a little darker. Haven't felt any rain or seen any. But I know once about 4 o'clock or late 3 o'clock hits, we're expecting some rain in Fort Dodge, Iowa. With 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, maybe the game will wrap up by then. 34-17. 2nd and 15, checked into the ball game is Parker McQuarrie. Back to pass. He fires to the end zone off his first passing attempt. They're wanting the defensive pass interference, but I don't think they're going to get it. Kevontae Fowler did a good job playing the ball. He was looking at the ball the whole time. That's why they're not going to give him the defensive pass interference. Now, if his back was turned, then the flag more than likely would have been thrown. 3rd and 15, 34-17.
Brings up 3rd and 15 from the Triton 20-yard line.
Five minutes, 41 seconds remain. Back to pass, shotgun, looking to go outside. Cracking up over there from the DB number 3 on the Triton side. As he wanted that one. That was that was JT Brown. That wanted to come away with that one. 34-17, 5 minutes and 30 seconds remain. CJ Dixon checks back into the ball game. It's a 4th and 15. Ball's on the Triton 20. Back to pass. He's got a roll. He's got 2. Triton's on him. It's Epley. Epley looking to get the wrap. Interception. Call it. Oh, they're saying it was out of bounds. That would have been an interception. It was a 4th down anyway, so a turnover on downs no matter what. Oh, man. Who about came away with that one? That was Brian Lively. Brian Lively that almost came away with that interception. It'll be 34-17, remaining the same score. Ball on the 20-yard line on the Triton side. It's 1st and 10. And the band is remaining loud and proud for the Tritons. .5:25 on the clock. Here's Silverstein checking back in. Halfback draw that time, as it was made for Murray, but it's going to be a loss of 2 yards, 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Coach Clegg not too happy about that, yelling out his offensive line unit, letting the pressure succumb them. Under 5 minutes to play now, 2nd and 12. Here we go. Going in motion is Hogue. Back to pass, Silverstein. Silverstein fires over the middle. Sims that makes a catch and moves forward after lunging a guy off his back. It looks like he's going to cross for another Triton 1st down. Uh-oh. Here's an injured Triton on the play now. Injured Triton on the play. Not for sure exactly what's hurting him. What I see from here is he's got his left leg propped up. Maybe it's his side they're trying to stretch out here. That's our wide receiver 2, folks, George Sims. Hope he's okay. Getting checked out by the trainers. They're going to help him up. It's like Guy Horn, the rest of our training staff, going to help him out to his side. Yeah, look, I think he's holding his side. I think a helmet got him right in the side. Ugh. Okay, well, 4 minutes, 22 seconds remains. 34-17. First and 10 for the Tritons. Silverstein stays out there in the pistol. Hogue is in as a tight end. Hand off to Murray. Murray going to have to make one-man miss. Going to have to try to bounce outside once more. He breaks that tackle and then moves forward before getting piggybacked ride to the outside of the turf. Boy, Thomas Anderson was the one that laid the hit that time. Ugh. Now it looks like Thomas Anderson's down on the field. Starting to get some injuries here late in the ball game. Never like to see that. Four minutes, 6 seconds. It's 34-17. Xavier Morrow was an injured player. He did get up. It looks like he is okay. Okay, back to the action here. Under 4 minutes to play, 34-17. It is a second down and 3. Second down and 3. Send Hogue in motion. Silverstein rolls out to his right. Looks like he's going to keep it. Oh, a helmet flies off. That's Hogue's helmet again. Hogue puts his hands up, thinking, what in the world? Now I'm starting to wonder, are these just getting pulled off? I mean, helmets are flying all over the place today. Way more than usual.
Personal foul, legal hands to face defense, number 20. That's going to be enforced. 15 yards into the run.
Goes Desna.
First down. Penalty cause.
It's getting jiggy out there.
You remain in the game.
There he goes. 3 minutes, 25 seconds remains. After the penalty, they're going to move the Tritons up about 15 yards. It's going to be a first and 10. Ball marked on the 48-yard line on the Independence side.
47-yard line. Right, first and 10.
There we go. Pistol formation. Silverstein hands off to Murray. Murray bounces outside before he's tackled after a gain of just a few. There's another flag thrown. Another helmet comes off. There goes some extracurricular out there. The Tritons are getting hype on their sideline. They're loving it.
Stopped by Tyrone McDaniel. Penalty marker on the play.
2 minutes, 55 seconds remains. The whole Triton sideline is now huddled up. Must be about a, gotta calm them down. They're getting too excited. I've noticed this past drive, they've been really getting into it, which is always good for a football team, but now at this point, you gotta cool your jets a little bit. You don't want to draw any penalties that could jeopardize a team. Looks like they just broke from the huddle.
We have fouls on both teams. After the play notice, dead ball, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 1.
Okay, unnecessary roughness on number 1.
8, defense.
Late hit on the defense, I hear.
Number 9 on independence.
Number 9 on independence for an unsportsmanlike.
Little offset, automatic first down.
Goodness. So there was 5 fouls. They were all unsportsmanlike, essentially. And the fouls, they will offset. So that'll push the Tritons another 15 yards forward. First down and 10, ball on the 31-yard line on the Independence side. The Tritons are marching. Pistol formation, doubles on the near side. There we go. Gonna be a handoff. He tries to move upfield. Murray
Jason Murray on the carry.
on the carry. Second down and 4. Ball gonna be placed on the 27.
Brings up second and 4.
2 minutes, 10 seconds remains. Doubles on the far side. Pistol formation. Handoff. Up the middle.
Tackle run by Murray.
It was an off-tackle run. Ran by Murray. Maybe a gain of 1. Yep. They'll give him 2 yards. It's a 3rd and 2 for the Tritons. Ball marked on the 25-yard line. Pistol formation. Hogue goes in motion. Doubles on the strong side. Hand off to Washington. He's got an open room. He's going to go. Oh, Washington just tackled before he can sniff the end zone.
First down.
Talk about the horsepower from Jaden Washington. To explode, bounce free, and nearly get in for a touchdown. There's another first down for the Tritons, by the way. It's now 1st and goal. Ball marked on the 5-yard line. Come on, give it to Washington again. I want to see this cat score. $50 seconds remaining. It's 1st and goal. Looking like they're going to knee it. They will. Silverstein will kneel it inside the 5-yard line. All the Tritons will have to do is kneel it one more time. With 40 seconds remaining in the ball game, the final score is 34-17. Wow. What a ball game we had today to open the season for NJCAA football. Without further ado, how about we just start talking about it right away? What I've seen so far was a very impressive performance by the Iowa Central Tritons. I was most impressed with their ability to adapt. Their ability to... Hazlitt did a backflip. I hope he's okay there. But their ability to adapt after setting in a total of 5 different quarterbacks on their own side. Very, very, very impressive. what I saw from them. We saw John Holcomb out there. We saw Zach Marker out there. As well as that, we've seen Wildcat formations with Murray. Following him, we saw Silverstein and Amarion Bartlett. Those are your 5 quarterbacks you saw lined up today for the Iowa Central Tritons as they go to the end zone to line up over there. Tritons win it 34-17 through 4 quarters. Tritons got to be really happy by the way they fought all throughout the ball game, especially with the adaptability. Something else that I think that the Tritons did really excellent with was their game management and their time management in the second half. They only had 4 drives in the second half. Comparing that to the first half, there were 9 drives a team. That means they really decided to milk the clock. They did a great job, and what a way to open the 2022-2023 season with a rematch victory, an upset victory, even have it. Ranked number 11 beats number 10 by a total of 3 possessions. How about that? Iowa Central Tritons hoping to continue their performance, and we'll most certainly see what happens with Zach Marker. Not for sure on the extent of his injury. I hope everyone that was injured today will be okay and can end up playing the rest of the season or come back at some point of the season. I did see Zach Marker did have a sling on himself. At this time, how about we go over the the touchdowns now for the Iowa Central Tritons. So the first one was a score from Jamonte Wheeler. It was a 24-yard fade route into the end zone. Very beautiful ball by Zach Marker. And then the second possession, we saw another passing touchdown. It was a 33-yard corner route to Isaiah Haslett, where he had that toe drag swag just tipping into the end zone. That brought it to 14-0. Then the Tritons had the ball at the beginning of the second quarter, where they scored right away with a 22-yard one-handed snag by Desna Washington, where it was a one-handed fade route to begin the second quarter. That brought the score 21-0. Then finally, we saw the first score from Independence after they subbed in C.J. Dixon, who was the remaining starter the rest of the way through. Only exception would be when his helmet flew off, when McQuarrie checked back into the ball game. But they saw a handoff to Qualls, who had a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Dixon's first pass attempt actually almost went for a passing touchdown in collegiate history. That would have been a really cool mile marker to have on your first attempted pass. He did end up getting a passing touchdown when he did throw to Antonio Barber for 22 yards off of a fade route. So that was really successful. That is what brought the score then, 21-14. Following that, we went into the second half. Tritons. Wait, I think I'm missing one. I am. My apologies. We saw Desna Washington on a 29-yard post route. Following that, that's when we missed the PAT. That's what brought the score 27-14 into the second half. Heading into that, we saw some fumbles, we saw some punts, and it wasn't until the opening field goal from Independence we saw the opening score. That's what brought the ball game 27-17. And then the final score of the ball game was when we saw Isaac get on a 9-yard slant route. I guess I'm missing Isaac's name. Isaac Haslett gets on a 9-yard slant route to end the game in that fashion. It was 34-17 to close out the game. The Tritons with a very dominant performance today, and it looks like we're going to get out of the rain too. So I tell you what, we're going to wrap up the broadcast today. I'd like to thank everyone that helped out. Rusty in the trailer, as well as Nikki in the trailer, as well as Lonnie running the camera. Otherwise, it's been Hank Ambrose for the wrap-up for Triton Nation. We'll catch you for the next home game for Iowa Central.